There we go. It should be live. Mina-san.
We're opening.
Mina-san.
Let's party.
Is that how we're starting?
What's others?
Gonyo Joseph. I don't
Kuro
know the
Nichiwa.
the intro. Sorry. I'm washed. I'm a fraud. Super bad.
Jimurin. What's the others? Who
Who the fuck disliked our podcast? We have no likes and one dislike. Who
Just
did
instantly.
that? What a fucking asshole!
What do you mean dislike?
You can still do your
YouTube doesn't have
YouTuber thing,
dislike.
telling people to like.
Like, comment, and subscribe on this video, or die. Sorry, I just realized I said the fuck word within the first minute, so that means we cannot make any money on this channel permanently.
We usually make so much show.
Exactly.
It's like
we're gonna have to I don't know, whatever it is people in poverty do.
all that money we've been spending on these episodes to increase the production value has just gone to waste.
Right.
I think we pay for the actual podcast audio thing. Simplecast? Yeah. So it's like we're at a net loss.
Yep.
Plus all the time. This is a horrible business. We should quit. I want to raise.
Well, I want to raise too, but I ain't getting that.
We got a like. We are 1-to-1 now.
That's
so
kind of
Thank God. All right, we're so back.
We're so fucking back.
If that ever drops below 50%, we're just gonna immediately leave until we get another like.
We are going to immediately delete our account.
Yeah,
We will
gonna
go on
delete the
strike.
channel.
We're back, and what else is back is seasonal slop. It's everybody's favorite time of year.
Yum slop.
I fucking
How
love
dare
slop.
you call this season slop?
There's slop. We'll get to some slop.
It's mostly slop.
Guys, is anime bad?
Is anime bad?
Does anime suck now? Is anime dying?
Does
This is
anime
Trump's
Is
suck?
the industry
America.
dead?
Is it-
Hideaki Anno said that anime was dying in 2016. Maybe he was right 9 years later. It only took 9 years for him to be correct, just like how it took 9 years for him to make that fucking movie.
Like
Anime is
anime
like a cat.
kind of peaked in 16, and then
It did. That's when Big Order came out. Nothing has been the same ever since.
and Konosuba.
If all,
My
everyone
Hero
has just-
Academia invented anime in 2016, as a matter of fact.
every studio has just been chasing the Big Order high from 2016 since then.
Big
Yeah,
Order.
it's unfortunate how anime only lasted 9 years total.
Wait,
When you think about it, it wasn't that long of a time.
We had a good run.
We had a good run. You know what's lasted longer than 9 years? This podcast, baby!
Whoa.
10 years of the R Anime podcast, which is now the Tokyo Podfathers podcast. We've only been called that for 3 years, but we've still existed as a group for, well, actually, technically, none of us have been here for the past 10 years.
I've been here, but I've been in not even.
I've been here for 8 years. No founding members are here. I think, in fact, I'm pretty sure the only founding member left is Bex. I think he's literally the only one.
like who,
soul.
who actually shows up.
The OG.
I guess, I think Cav is technically a founding member, but of course, Cav doesn't do podcasts anymore.
It's true.
It's true.
Was Smurf a founding member?
Smurf was a member? What?
I think
He
Smurf-
was a member at some
Yeah,
point.
he
I don't know if he
was.
was a founding member.
Yeah, a long time ago. This is the Tokyo Podfathers lore.
Yeah, I technically replaced Smurf in the podcast, and that's why he's not allowed back in,
Yeah.
because he would have to take my spot.
You'd
So
you'd
I
have
told
to
him, no, you
fight.
can't have this back.
You're fighting for the same archetype.
You'd have to fight for
We're fighting for the same archetype of being perpetually wrong about everything, on everything we
Yes.
say.
Correct.
That is our role. Oh, actually, I wanted to start off by doing a bit of a state of the podcast, just a little bit, just to say what's going on, which isn't to say much. Obviously, not much is going on, but I do want to at least make a statement about. We are live, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were joking about us being live. I
No,
wasn't
no,
paying attention.
We've been doing this entire thing.
I thought we might have just been talking. I don't know.
We were talking about the likes and dislikes. I mean, don't we need to be live for that?
Well, we don't actually. You can like
Oh,
a video
okay.
as long as
Yeah, you can pre-like
as long
it.
as the link exists. Yeah,
Ah, that's
you can just save that. So, Right. Okay. So I wanted to do a bit of a state of the podcast, especially since it would kind of revolve around me. Not that I'm like the king of the podcast or anything. No one ever made me the leader or the director, but I do think I was doing a lot. And since I stopped doing a lot, the podcast has stopped doing a lot. So that happened. However, I have just made a very massive breakthrough in my life just of this last week, which is I finally got a second monitor, guys. I figured out how to get a second monitor because I didn't know how to do that until literally last week, because that is how fucking stupid I am. Because I grew up in an environment where I was both punished for not knowing anything and also asking questions about anything. So I just never fucking learned anything in my entire life. I just have to figure all this out for myself. So I didn't know that there was such a thing as DisplayPort. All I've ever known is HDMI. I ain't know with another fucking cable. Sorry, I didn't know that. That's why I've never had a second monitor in my entire life. So I finally figured this out.
The three empty ports on the back of his GPU.
Exactly. I just thought nothing of it. I thought nothing of it. I'm like, whatever. My computer's just like that because I built it and I'm stupid and I built a stupid computer.
These don't do anything, I bet.
This is useless to me. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. But in any case, I've fixed it now. I now have 2 monitors, which means I am super ultra productive. And on top, and to prove it to all of you, I am actually watching anime this season, and I pledge to finish 10 anime from this season, start to finish. I don't even think I've actually started 10 anime yet, but I'm still gonna and I'm gonna be real with you. This is not a good season for this challenge, but I'm gonna do my best anyway.
You've not chosen the right moment to do this. You should have.
This is sorry for setting the table in a rude way, but this season kind of ass.
This is high key like one of the worst seasons in recent memory, I think.
It's not great. I mean, in terms of niche shows, it's not great.
Right. Yeah. Should we just get straight into it?
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into this funeral procession.
Let's start with something good though. Actually.
Okay.
Sakamoto.
What are we starting with? Sakamoto desu.
It's Fat John Wick.
I'm gonna go cry.
Are we doing this? That's the new thing. 10 years and now we read every title like that.
What?
What do you mean? Like sing it?
Just.
No, I wasn't saying Sakamoto days. I was saying Sakamata desu. It's the intro. Sakamata Chloe, who's gonna die tomorrow.
Thought you were just gonna do it.
They're gonna fucking Hololai's gonna fucking take her out back and shoot her.
Is she graduating?
She's too hot. Yeah, she's graduating. Oh, worst day of my fucking life tomorrow.
Man, they're losing a lot lately. Should we just talk about Hololive?
I'm always talking about Hololive.
Because I just got way the fuck into Hololive. Shout out to Gigi.
Only took you 5 years, but good job.
Took me, but I finally have an Oshi.
Yeah.
There we go. Anyways, Sakamoto days. It's pretty good.
Sakamoto days.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
You're gonna change this. Oh wait, never mind. My screen wasn't on time.
Oh yeah. All right. Premise.
Change the fucking image. God,
the image just changed.
Okay, good.
It's just way behind.
You have this buff picture of Sakamoto
Premise.
on the screen now.
Legendary hitman meets love of life. Retires, gets fat.
This show has jokes. It's got some jokes.
It's got humor.
I thought this was really, really funny.
I think it's great.
Immediately, one of the first gag in the series probably is just explaining, this dude's backstory. And it's literally just super ultra badass dude sees one woman and then immediately quits.
Yeah. Meets woman, fucking dies.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. Just the transformation between the incredibly cool, slender, sexy guy, and then the fat but ripped fat old man.
He's got arms for days, but his head is just like a ball.
Yeah, and the fun part is he's still wearing the same glasses, but somehow they just don't look cool anymore. They just look goofy.
They also break every time he's shocked. like they crack.
That's just how glasses work.
That's how Japanese glasses Japan, they just break every time you're flabbergasted. But he's pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
he's pretty fucking awesome.
He's great. I mean, everything you'd expect this show to be just from the premise, it's that and
more.
Pretty much in the best way.
Because immediately they reveal that like the actual focus of the show, this blonde guy, like the POV, I forget what his name is, Shin. I think it's Shin.
Something like that.
Sean?
Sean? John.
Shin.
His name is John, and he is psychic. So immediately there's magic.
He is psychic and he is sidekick. So that's
psychic sidekick.
Psychic sidekick.
And he's honestly super enjoyable because he can like work together with Sakamoto, like communicate psychically between them, help him out. At first, he's sent to try and kill him, but he gets his ass kicked. And then he gets dinner. Like, he also meets the wife and is immediately like, I'm a changed man. She's just magic, I guess. She has that effect on people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that opening scene is great, where he comes in ready to kill Sakamoto, and he deflects a bullet by shooting out the bubble gum from his mouth or like a cough drop to redirect the bullet, and then he catches one between chopsticks or something of the sort. It's just like the most convenience store, ordinary way of going about things, but so cool.
He's fucking cranked. Like, he can do anything. He teleports behind you, nothing personal, kid. He does everything except kill. He has promised his beautiful wife not to kill anymore, which is going to be a challenge because everybody's trying to kill him all of a sudden. Because somehow he went like missing for years, and now everybody has found him. And everybody thinks they can get him. It's like in John Wick, where it's like, hey, bounty on John Wick. Good luck, and everybody just fucking dies. Like, everybody thinks they can take him for some reason. Even after 4 movies.
I've only seen the first episode, so I'm not really sure yet what goes on in the remainder. Does it develop any kind of ongoing narrative, or is it more just episodic shenanigans?
Well, I've seen 3, and I guess it is like kind of episodic shenanigans, but with like an ongoing thing of the other hitmen trying to take out Sakamoto for some reason. The third one has a fun sequence where Sakamoto and his wife and daughter go to an amusement park, and they bring Shin and then this new character, the pink-haired girl, Lou? Or whatever her name is. I think it's Lulu. Who's like retro cute. She looks like something out of a 90s anime. She's very adorable. So like they just immediately work at this convenience store alongside Sakamoto, and they go along to the theme park. So the whole shtick of the episode is to deflect and dispose of assassins without the wife and daughter ever finding out.
Oh, that's great. And that's very Spy Family kind of.
Yeah, and Shin can like detect them because he can read minds within like 30 meters. So he keeps close and can
telepathically.
He can telepath to Sakamoto that like assassin disguised as this at 12 o'clock. It's like, and then like distract wife and kid, take out assassin, move on. Yeah, I think it's a great show. It looks nice. I was always a little iffy on it, seeing pictures of the manga. Because I found the design off-putting. Like I got a vibe of the art of what kind of humor it would be, and I was wrong. It's actually really funny. Maybe it doesn't work as well in manga. I haven't actually read it.
I mean, visually the show, just having seen some stills initially, I wasn't convinced by it either because it looks similar to shows that haven't really been that great. Like the style is somewhat reminiscent of something like Backstreet Girls or something like these rough lines and like. So I was sort of going into it fearing that it was going to be that, but it moves pretty well, and once you get used to the style, it feels pretty nice. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
great visually, but it's fine.
It's kind of like the anime we wanted out of, what the fuck was it called? The one where like a Yakuza guy is now like a Way of the House Husband. That's what it's called.
Right, yeah,
That
which
got
also visually...
like a dog water fucking PowerPoint slideshow horrible adaptation. This is what that should have been.
Yeah, and the art style is similar, which is why I was worried it was going to be like that, this sort of slideshow style. But luckily, and I think people were also slightly apprehensive seeing the first PV of it,
Yeah,
probably fearing something similar about the production.
I heard a lot of people talking shit about the OP, and I don't get it.
Because the OP has like no excitement to it. That's the only thing.
It's a little boring.
Basically, it is boring. It's super freaking boring. I actually thought about doing like a whole analysis of it if I had time
I don't
to
really
do that. Maybe
care.
I should do that.
I don't really give a shit that the OP is boring.
I do want my OPs to be. I have never once enjoyed a boring OP. I would never describe a good OP as boring.
No,
and so
if
it's boring, it's bad.
If it's boring, I skip it.
They should feel sorry for themselves
You don't
for making
have
a bad product.
You don't have to watch the bad OP. You can just skip it.
Yeah, I do just skip it.
Yeah, same.
I mean, you have to watch it once.
Yeah,
but those 90
once,
seconds,
you skip it.
You're never getting back.
Yeah,
exactly. And therefore, whoever is responsible for that, they should feel ashamed of themselves.
It's like I love a good OP. I don't care that an OP is boring.
If it's like a really high effort show and then the OP is just boring, then you're like, okay, well, this could have been the moment to like spread that effort to other parts as well. But with this show, I don't feel like it was a waste not to have a great OP.
I kind of, I mean, waste, I don't know. But I do feel like it's a bad OP given the rest of the quality of the show.
Right.
I mean, I guess you don't want to have it be like over the top action-packed thing, because that's not like the point of the show. It's like mostly a down-to-earth Family Guy kind of man.
Family Guy.
He's a family guy.
That's what Spy X Family does. Spy X Family has dope OPs, and it's not like a super high octane show or anything.
I guess. I mean, I didn't watch the Spy X Family's OPs every single time. I skipped those most of the time as well. But they were.
I would.
They were fine.
They're good.
They're good.
They're fine.
They're not. They're good.
They're good. But I'm not gonna watch it 12 times. That's like a whole.
I mean,
episode
if you're watching seasonally, it's like 90 seconds of your week
per episode.
I'll watch an OP every time if it's good because I'm not a coward.
That shit adds up.
If I'm binging, I might skip.
I watched the CSM one every single time because it was like a great song. Like if it's a great song.
It does help if it's a great song.
I think there was more stuff that I was supposed to say about this, and I kind of forgot because I took a nap for like 20 minutes, and that made me forget everything I did for.
I was about to say, do we have anything more to say about Sakamoto Days? Because I feel like
not really.
I think I just really like its sense of humor because it will usually have it'll like set up a joke, right, and it'll kind of execute that. But then there will be like another layer to it, like it'll keep going and it'll still get funny. Like when the psychic guy first shows up. So the way they deliver this is that there's just this kid's like kind of, you know, causing a mess, and he gets ink on this asshole Yakuza guy. And so Yakuza guy is mad at the kid. He's like, I'm gonna beat up this kid because I'm such a tough guy. And so Sakamoto runs up behind him in 0.01 seconds. And so then you get like this. Then you get this scene of the guy stabbing him, the Sakamoto stabbing the guy in the neck. But then like actually Sakamoto didn't really do that. He just kind of let him off the hook because that vision comes from the psychic guy. He imagined Sakamoto doing that because that is what Sakamoto was thinking of doing because he can do that. And so that was also really good. Like I thought it was funny just seeing him stab the guy in the neck in the first place. I'm just like, yeah, stab him in the neck. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But then seeing that it was a trick image, and he's like, yeah, I could have done that, but I didn't because I'm a nice guy. It's like, oh, that's also really funny. But then you also find out that you saw that at all because a psychic imagined it. Like, it's a real part of the show that still technically existed. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's also really funny. So yeah,
and you get
it has lots of that kind of stuff, like multi-step jokes that I thought were really good.
It's also great because that could have been the show, right? Like fat hitman who still goes around stabbing people. So you're not surprised if it would be that, but then
and you get to see Sakamoto like mentally kill off Shin several times. Like anytime he's about to cross a line, he sees him getting murdered horribly. Cut back to Shin holding his throat and being like, "Don't do that. Stop thinking about killing me."
Stop fantasizing.
Yeah. Great show. Looks great. Really funny.
Sakamoto Days was crazy good this week.
It was crazy good this week. I think this.
Some people have been saying that on Blue Sky. Oh shit! I forgot to mention we have Blue Skies.
Beesky?
The Tokyo Podfathers Twitter account has been retired because we're not using Twitter anymore. So it's on Blue Sky now. All three of us are on Blue Sky. Pretty much everyone in the podcast is on Blue Sky. Everyone just joined Blue Sky. That's it. That was the PSA.
Get in now.
I was supposed to go at the beginning, but I forgot.
You can be my 14th follower.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited for this now 4th or 5th, I forget which number, Exodus to Blue Sky. I can't wait for it to not work out and everybody is back on Twitter in 2 weeks.
No, this time we're serious. We're real about this one.
This one's for real.
This one is for real.
I'm getting yelled at on Reddit because I had to ban Twitter from Reddit. So
yeah, I'm forcing myself to use Blue Sky more, but all the artists are still on.
That is the one reason why I still have Twitter, because all the Japanese artists that I like are still on Twitter. Can Pixiv please build in a Blue Sky extension?
No.
Thank you. That would save a lot.
No, they cannot. They're colluding with the enemy. Just wait for Elon to buy Pixiv. He's gonna do it. Anyway, next show. Guild Receptionist Girl, or whatever it's called. Even though I'm a guild receptionist, I'm also a super tough hero. I can kill everything in one hit, blah, blah, blah. It's a...
Guild Receptionist
yes.
show. Receptionist waifu.
Guild Girl.
Anime.
Pretty funny.
Remember that phase in like 2018 when I thought the receptionist in Violet Evergarden was the hottest character of all time because she appeared for like 2 frames.
I bet she was pretty because everybody.
She was very
pretty.
I don't remember. I'll look her
probably
up.
Still. I'll find the old screenshots of them. So this is where we're at now. We now have that as a show. I also like the guild receptionist in Goblin Slayer. That was the best
guild
character.
Receptionists are pretty goated in general.
They kind of are. They're really the understated heroes of whatever society.
Unsung heroes of fantasy isekai environments. Even though this isn't technically an isekai, it's still got all the trappings, right?
It's just isekai without the isekai part, but otherwise it's basically
in a sense,
just
this is
fantasy.
This is
fantasy adventure JRPG.
Yeah. In a sense, this is a very very tired premise, but it's a girl this time.
Yeah,
so it's cool.
That's like
the new age of isekai.
I don't want all these harem shows with a guy, the power fantasy, he could kill everything in one hit. That's so uncreative. Wait a minute, it's a woman?
Oh. And not only is it a woman, but it's not just any woman. This is actually a Tinkaton from Pokemon.
With a big ass hammer.
Big hammer.
Just big fucking hammer.
It's Amy Rose from Shadow the Hedgehog.
Holy shit, Shadow 4 confirmed.
When are we getting the Amy movie?
That'll be
in Shadow 4.
In Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow 4.
Shadow 4.
Shadow 4.
Hell yeah.
I was thinking Shadow because that's like a pretty popular ship that's going around, Shadow and Amy, for some reason. It's pretty.
Why is Amy Latina?
I guess.
What?
I mean, she hasn't
Okay.
spoken yet, so I guess there's time for her to be voiced by insert Latina actress.
Penelope Cruz.
Ariana Grande.
Is she still active? I don't know. Whatever.
Oh,
Guild Receptionist show. I was watching this series and I wasn't like mad at it or anything, but I've got to say, and maybe this is just me being jaded, maybe this is just me being an old boomer, maybe this is just me being lame, but I just found its sense of humor to be so like predictable and kind of lame, honestly.
yeah.
So basically this is like an office drama but disguised as some kind of JRPG fantasy, because the whole premise of this series is that this chick is a guild receptionist because she has decided she goes into great detail about why this is the safest and most reliable and also most lucrative job that she can possibly get in this entire world or whatever, which is fair enough. The only thing is that it is only a great job as long as everything goes well. In other words, she just works her normal hours. However, an understated thing about guild receptionist work, I suppose, is that there's a lot of behind-the-scenes paperwork that has to be done. So the more people that are actually engaging with this means the more work she has to do. And more people are engaging with this because they keep trying to fight this boss and they all suck ass, so they can't kill it. And so it's just causing her to be piled up in paperwork forever. And so that's her entire thing.
So
at the same time,
and she takes it upon herself to kill the boss and finish the dungeon so that the overtime can be done.
Yeah,
that's the show.
That's the show. And like I don't know, if someone finds that funny, then fine. I just kind of saw the whole thing and I'm like, okay.
That's kind of my impression of this that I got. I haven't seen it, but just scrolling through it, it just feels like one of those titles where the title is the joke, and there's basically one joke to make, and you play it out in the first 1 to 3 episodes, and then what the fuck do you do? Because you can't keep doing that shit for 12 episodes.
What happens is that in the 3rd episode, now she's just like an adventurer.
Right. That's usually where these things go,
so the joke is already done. It's like they can't milk that anymore.
Because immediately someone because she's trying to do this anonymously, but someone finds out about it, essentially puts 2 and 2 together. Yeah, immediately gets found out.
And then immediately after that, even more people find out. And now like 10 people know, and they're making her do adventurer stuff, and now she's just an adventurer, and that's it.
All right,
the premise lasted for 2 episodes.
I just now noticed that this is by Cloverworks, which I would not have guessed because this did not look particularly great.
I don't think it looks particularly bad either. It's just like,
I don't know. Cloverworks is probably on hard times.
It's just classic seasonal animation. It looks fine.
It's whatever.
Anyway, I enjoy her voice work and the character herself. I'm gonna keep watching it at least for a little bit.
It's an alright character design.
I don't really give a shit about the adventure they're gonna go on, but I guess it's her dynamic with the hero guy is pretty funny. He keeps trying to drag her into it, and now she's just there because she's been promised that if she beats this boss, the guild will make it so that there's twice as many guild receptionists and then less overtime. I'm sure that will work out.
I'm sure that will be great. Let's see. How long did this light novel go on? This light novel has been publishing since 2021, and it's still going. I wonder how many volumes
20,000 volumes.
Yeah.
Probably one a month.
I mean, it also... I feel like so many of these fantasy or isekai shows, like you say, just sort of abandon the premise after 2 or 3 episodes, or like 1 volume or 2 volumes.
Like all these like one-trick romance manga stuff. Like, I forget when it began, but like stuff like Nagatoro and stuff like that, where it's like the premise is that she's a bully, and then 30 chapters in, that kind of just stops. And now it's just a romance.
Nagatoro. Nagatoro or Takagi-san, I think, started those sorts of things.
Well, Takagi-san kept the thing going. It just never changed. It was very predictable by the end.
I mean, it's kind of a weird trend. Like
episode 10.
Yeah, it's like, it's the same thing every episode.
Like from a just getting people to check out your stuff, I get it, but I feel like what's wrong with having no premise? Like Hidamari Sketch has no fucking premise.
Yeah,
It's just there are four
sometimes
girls. They are living in
right.
it. They are
Sometimes
living together.
vibes are
That's
enough. And this show,
You just need-
yeah, I enjoy the vibes a little bit in this.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like a horrible show or anything. I'm just kind of like, all right.
It's
Now that I have a
satisfying.
second monitor, I can have this on my second monitor while I completely ignore it and do other stuff.
See, you get it,
That's
second
cool. You're just
monitor
watching.
life.
You're just watching the episode on your second monitor.
Oh, I got something.
While watching something good on the main one. This one is off to the side.
I cannot open this on camera.
You on camera?
Oh yeah, I've been on camera.
Oh, yeah,
haven't
you're on
noticed.
camera.
I've been,
Well-
I've been checking.
Hang on. I'm actually going to open this, except you're not going to see it. I know what it is, though, or at least I vaguely know what it is.
It's drugs, guys.
This is going to be very exciting for the listener.
I'll say.
We'll describe it.
I'll say.
What do you want me to do an audio?
I was told what it is vaguely in advance. It's a doujinshi.
Oh shit! Do you want me to do an audio description?
With whomst? Oh no. Was that a picture frame?
It clearly doesn't.
Picture frame. Hang on, is this on camera? Hang on, am I actually?
It doesn't seem like you knew what you were getting.
No, there's some other stuff in here too that I didn't.
You looked
expect.
shocked.
I am. Hang on. Can you post this on? Oh my god! No way! This is the wrong size, so I can't.
We'll make this the thumbnail, like you doing the pork face, pointing at your like a big red arrow.
Hang on. Put me on camera. YouTube needs to see this.
How
This
do
is
I-
important.
How do I
Put
do
me in,
that?
coach.
I don't know. Go to OBS.
Window capture?
This is new territory.
No one knows how to stream on this podcast. It's hilarious.
If only we'd been here 10 years.
It's
we have
blanking
so
out.
much
Oh, there it
experience.
is.
Hey, here's my book. It's just
Wow.
fucking white.
It's distinct.
This is a thick boy. I wonder what this is. Oh, it looks like several books. Oh no. Well, I'm not. Okay. Hello, hello, YouTube. It's me, genius content creator Mozilla Fennekin. This is my friend Person, who's their name's just Person. Yeah. They're a very old and dear friend, and so
We
they,
just
sent
lost.
the day before Sakamoto Chloe's graduation. By the way, this person is also the one who got me my mouse pad. So that's why I have that, in case anyone was ever wondering why I have a mouse pad with boobs on it.
Nice.
And so they sent me a bit of a care package because of Sakamoto Chloe's graduation, and that includes a picture frame of her, and it says "In memory, Stinky Orca."
Hell yeah.
And they sent me a fucking shirt that's got Chloe on it. I can't wear this because it's a large and I'm a double XL because I'm fucking fat. But
Damn.
thank you, Person. That's the coolest thing ever.
Nice.
They also got me porn books, which I will not show on camera.
Oh man.
I'll show you on camera, but I can't show YouTube on camera.
Okay. I'll hide you.
Let's watch porn together, guys.
It's a new territory. Read along. Don't just read along.
That actually would be fun to do. No lie. Oh my god.
Oh Jesus
Holy
Christ.
fucking really got me this.
Holy fuck.
I can't fucking believe it.
I don't want to.
Oh my
alarm you.
god, it's the new Anahuda. Holy fucking
Oh
shit.
my god. I'm
really
coming.
We were at
That's
13 videos before, 13 watchers before we started this segment, so we are now at 10.
Nice.
We are now
Good.
at
If you
9.
don't want to see my stuff, then I don't want
I don't want to see
get the
that.
fuck out of here.
Four people left in the last.
Fuck
5
those
minutes.
4 people. All right, we can move on.
We can move on. Okay, moving on. Oh, this is just me solo leveling.
Solo.
This is
viewing.
back.
I've actually heard this is really good. This has totally eluded me, but it seems like Crunchyroll has finally made their first good anime.
I was actually gonna say,
Congratulations,
yeah.
Crunchyroll.
It's actually.
It's like the.
I'm liking it a lot. It's like I guess there's a reason all Korean manga are just ripping this shit off because it's actually pretty good.
Wasn't this like the most watched anime last year outside of Frieren or something?
That sounds about right. It's like the most popular.
I believe you,
manhwa
yeah,
of
actually.
all time. It's incredibly popular. It's like more billion-dollar franchise. Yeah, it's just really solid, like pseudo isekai whatever with a cool main character, good aura. Like he's extremely powerful, but he doesn't seem like an asshole about it.
Hell yeah.
It's just very engaging. It's well produced, good voices. The names stand out because they're all in Korean, and that always sounds weird in Japanese. Moss, not read.
What?
Don't read porn now.
I'm sorry. It's just in such high quality. I've never had one of these in physical version before.
You're on. I can see you look down, like away.
I mean, look, I can hear you. Keep going.
Yeah,
There's something about aura,
Yeah, he's just a cool guy, and he's got necromancer powers, and he's got an army, and he keeps like mogging.
Well, that's super.
Mogging people. Everybody thinks he's a very low level. He's actually like, I think this latest episode he finally went and got like reevaluated, so people will stop thinking he's an E rank. Like he's been using that as a cover, so not to stand out, but he keeps standing out. So I think he just decided to finally get a high ranking.
Should this not be in our sequel segment?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing?
Get this out of here!
All right.
Now you can keep talking about it. It's cool.
I mean, I don't really have much else to say. It's fun. It's fun to see this guy just clown on people, and it gets very creative with it too. Like elements of a revenge story. People want to kill him. He finally killed some people at the end of first season. He's killed some more people. He can resurrect people with necromancer powers. It's just really fun. It's like the show I look forward to the most every week, actually.
Oh, good.
Does that say more about that show or about this season?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if people want to be like negative about shows like this, that kind of says a lot about the season, I suppose. But for me, I like this kind of stuff still. I don't know. Because I'm a gamer. Because I'm a real gamer.
Game.
Much like this next anime, I assume. Medalist.
Oh, this has nothing to do with games, actually.
Why do you assume that's about gaming?
Because it's about a guy who gets medals, right?
No.
It's about an 11-year-old girl.
Why?
This is about figure skating.
Oh, getting medals.
This is just...
What show did you think this was?
I don't know. It's called Medalist. I just assumed it's sports.
No, don't step on those. No, bad cat. No.
Don't step on my
Do
porn
not step
cat.
on my precious valuables.
Your valuables.
Okay, so Medalist rant. I watched 5 minutes of this. I didn't drop it. I will watch more of it later. I was just very mad in the moment because this show starts and you get like an opening scene, an establishing scene to be like, hey, this is why the main character is interested in this thing, whatever. And then you get this guy is like at Skate World or whatever fucking local skate facility he's got over there. And then he's there for whatever reason. It sucks. And then he sees this like 5-year-old girl just kind of like crawl out from underneath the counter. And he's like, what is this girl doing? I wonder what's going on. And then he sees that she has a pair of skates along with her. And he's like, no, absolutely. Is this little girl about to steal these skates? Is she about to go on the ice rink skating without paying for those skates? Are you kidding me? And he decides that he is now going to stalk and harass this girl because she decided, I don't know. I guess he thinks that he's so fucking interesting and awesome that this is a good idea. He needs to chase down this girl and enact justice upon the world because she didn't pay her for her skates or some stupid bullshit. And I like, what a fucking loser this guy is. Like, I actually hate this guy. He sucks ass.
Just a
Who the
business
fuck cares? I hope that this guy has like the most tragic backstory of all time that explains why he's such a fucking loser right now. And he has to feel the need to hunt down 11-year-old kids or whatever because they don't want to pay for skates.
Does he stay in the story?
Yes, he's the main character. His backstory is that he started skating at 14 and then got told that he started too late to be a professional.
Haha, what a fucking
What a
idiot.
bum.
What a fucking nerd. Anyway, yeah, that's how the show starts pretty much, and then the girl does a sick rail grind down the stairs.
Hell yeah.
On like normal shoes.
Oh, just like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit. Oh man, I should have showed you the Sonic G Fuel I'm drinking.
She's
right now.
exactly like Sonic the Hedgehog. If Sonic the Hedgehog had like crippling anxiety and an inferiority complex.
We don't know if he has that. It might all be a front, like his peppy attitude. It might just be a cover.
So yeah, that's the opening of the episode basically. I've only seen the first 2 episodes, but basically where it ends up going is that this girl's mom, who is also, or I'm not gonna say also because I don't think the main guy's a psycho, but this mom's crazy. She's like, my daughter is useless at everything she does, and I keep telling her that she shouldn't try anything because she's worthless. So I'm gonna bring her, and she wants to do ice skating, so I'm gonna bring her to this ice skating coach just so that the coach can tell her that she sucks, so that she will stop asking me to do ice skating. That's the mom's angle in all this. So that's not great. But then the dude's like, well, let's fucking try it. We'll just see what happens, and then the girl ends up being good, and then he becomes her coach because he sees himself in her, and
What?
she
What?
feels like she's also
He does what?
not like
He sees
that.
himself in what? Yeah.
I said he sees himself, Mary, not he sees.
Sorry,
himself
I
in her.
have hentai on the mind.
Now, Tane, I can get into.
and in her hands, clearly. Anyway, so that's the premise. And beyond that, it's just a journey of like young kid, or like I think she's like 10-year-old kid.
Why did you post a
with,
picture of? Why did you post a thing of coffee on the? What?
Don't worry,
What?
it's a dog whistle. Don't worry.
coffee?
Don't
What's
worry.
going on?
Keep going. Whoops! Panic is being cryptic.
I didn't even. Where's it? Okay, whatever.
Real gamers
Anyway, so
know.
from what I've heard, it's like a pretty. It ends up being a pretty good like story about competing in quote unquote professional sports as a child, and dealing with that sort of stuff, expectations and whatnot. Cup of coffee, okay. Anyway, that's kind of the show. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm hopeful for it because I've heard good things. And I do like shows about sports and competing and dealing with that shit. Even though the girl is a wreck, she is one of the most emotionally unstable children I've seen in anime.
Oof.
And seeing the mom just, I mean, she basically just thinks she's useless at everything and has crippling anxiety, and the mom definitely isn't helping that by just hammering down to her child how useless she is. Like, not the show's not really depicting it in like an evil way, but just it's weird. I don't really know what to do with the mom character and how to see that. But I think that's gonna be a minor thing, and that's gonna blow over, and the mom's gonna.
At 11 years
around
old, you
and-
should have an unstable mom, a failed skating career, and an
And the
investment
coach,
portfolio.
the capitalist pig coach.
Capitalist pig
that's-
coach. Or it's too
telling
late.
you
You won't. You
can't
will never
skate.
make it.
without paying. But yeah, I think from that it's probably gonna be a pretty straightforward story about competing as you age from 10 years old
Like,
to.
does it ever have feel good moments, or is it just like depresso?
No, it's pretty nice. I think
Okay.
there's some nice moments. She has a really nice friend that's like the best skater, the best 10-year-old skater in the world, or
Jesus.
something, or in Japan, who drags her along, and it's all pretty wholesome, and even if the girl is quite anxious, it's not like dark or anything. It's
Okay.
vibes.
Like, it sounded very.
Yeah,
bleak.
I mean, hearing myself say it, like the first 10 minutes is kind of fucked,
So anyway,
Um,
everything sucks, and
I mean, that's
Everything
also.
sucks. Everything's fucked.
I mean, also seeing
Actually,
the
the other way around.
picture I sent for the show, the girl has like the Subaru mind break face.
yeah,
Like she just watched someone get murdered,
doesn't help
which
either.
which kind of happens a lot in the first episode or two. But I think that's mostly like an opening thing of just her trying to find some confidence and feeling like she's good at this. And after that, yeah, it's yeah, like Yuri on Ice, but kids or something.
Yeah,
Kids
you're
on
on
Ice.
for kids.
Kids on Ice without
Kids
without
on
the,
ice.
Kids on Ice. Kids
Sounds
on
like
Ice.
This is the fabled. This is we finally got it. This is the fabled Yuri on Ice adolescence. This is it. We finally got it.
It's Ice Baby.
Ice Baby.
We did
Speaking
it.
of I meant to mention on Twitter. There are two things that are important to the Twitter account that we now canceled. First of all, Twitter was the very first time we ever used the Tokyo Podfathers name. That's kind of like the origin point of it. We made that Twitter account as a proof of concept that we would someday become Tokyo Podfathers. And the other thing is we also made that account to be a Yuri on Ice update account. That was actually our plan. It's just that we didn't have any updates on Yuri on Ice from 2018 to 2024 until finally in 2024 we got the update, which is that Yuri on Ice is canceled.
If you wanted it to be a Yuri on Ice update channel, why did you call it Tokyo Podfathers?
That's a great
because it was
question.
a cool name. That's why.
Because the other one, because Yuri on Ice was taken.
Exactly.
Yuri on Ice
Twitter was
official.
also taken, by the way. Yuri on Ice official.
Jesus
But anyway, yeah, it's a competitive sports show, except it's kids. I haven't seen enough to to know much beyond that, but I've heard from manga readers it should be good.
Okay.
I love the exploitation of children. What's the next show?
It's Tasokare Hotel.
Tuscaloosa Hotel.
Tasokare.
Tuscaloosa. Where did that come from?
Ah,
It's just thank you.
Tuscaloosa.
When VTubers sneeze, you say Tasokare.
Ah.
It's a pervert thing. Don't worry about it.
I actually did not know that. I thought it was. That's what TSKR means.
Yes, it is. Thank you. For
I
the
never
sneeze.
knew this. This is just something it's just gone over me the entire time. Okay, cool. Thank you for telling me that.
The more you know. Yes, that's what it is, and I suppose that's what this show is about.
Tasokare Hotel, I guess. I've seen one episode of it like today. I wasn't planning on picking it up. I ended up doing that because I wanted to watch more pilot episodes instead of like more episodes with Sakamoto days apparently. But yeah, it's basically about a girl who I mean, I want to say dies, but we don't know for sure. But she ends up in like some kind of like death parade between heaven and hell, between life and death type situation, except it's a hotel. And people come in there like with amnesia, and in their rooms, like clues appear about who they used to be. That's basically it.
Okay.
I actually don't know why I put this on the list of shows to discuss because I have nothing interesting to say about it.
You were just like,
I like this
is
image of bro sipping. That's
We
cool.
do have this picture of her sipping.
Bro,
I like that she has purple hair and yellow eyes. Great combo. Good character design.
Honestly, yes.
whoever
Hell
this
yeah.
is.
Great.
She's probably voiced by Inari Minase. Or if the show came out like 8 years ago, she would definitely be voiced by Inari Minase.
I recognized her voice, but I couldn't necessarily recognize.
She looks small. It's
or
probably
like,
Aoyuki.
Rika Momokawa. This is a what? Wait, what? The fuck?
Okay, maybe I didn't recognize the voice because this is her first role.
Oh, nice.
I think I might be mixing her up. Anyway,
You love to see it.
So basically, what I got from the first episode is that she's gonna be like a detective type character, trying to help people find out who they were through the clues in their room, and seeing the story play out that way, like piecing things together of who this person used to be, why they died, and how they died and stuff. Or even if they died, because that's apparently also an option that they are just knocked out. And I thought where it was going was like the story is being pieced together, and you're not sure whether they are like the villain or the victim in the story, and that's sort of the thing to figure out, like to find out whether they're going to heaven or hell. But then, spoilers for the first episode. The episode ends with like the first case being solved of, oh, you just got knocked out by some situation, and we are going to send you back to the world of the living, and that's the end. And I was really disappointing because I was like, well, fuck. If this was like a cool detective thing, like are they the good boy, are they the good guy, are they the bad guy thing, that would have been interesting. But then it sort of fizzled out, and now I don't really know what else to say about this other than it's a mystery type thing in a death parade hotel, where instead of playing games, they just sit around and pick up stuff and then talk about stuff.
I love that's like my favorite activity.
I mean, I'm picking up stuff and talking. Wow.
I mean, that's basically the first episode. They go to this woman's room, and then like
And then they
a
pick
crystal
stuff
ball
up and
appears, and
talk
then the
about
woman goes, and then the woman goes, "Oh yeah, I think I used to like tarot reading stuff," and then they go back to some flashback about her liking that stuff and obsessing about this idol guy who does this reading.
It's pronounced tarot.
And then a is that how it's pronounced? Tarot?
No.
Yes.
Carrot cards.
It's carrot
Anyway,
cards.
and that's just kind of the episode. It's one of those shows that just sort of chugs along, just sort of exposition after exposition after exposition, just telling the story about this person, and it's not interesting, but it's also
Not
I don't even know
engaging.
what yeah, like it keep, or maybe the different way around. It keeps you engaged, but then by the end of the episode, I kind of felt like, what the fuck did I just watch?
There's like no reason to come back for more, whatever.
Kind of. It didn't. It somehow it kept my attention, but it didn't really do anything for me.
Right.
It's like a decent pass the time show, I feel like. So I might watch some more episodes of it. I kind of wish I did, just to have more of a sense of what the show is. But yeah, I'll be honest, I don't have much interesting to say about it.
All right. Moving right along then. It's Jolf.
It's Sorairo Days, the OP of Gurren Lagann. How did this get on the list? Sorairo Days. I always combine it as Sorairo because I'm
Sorairo
American
Utility.
stupid.
Too American for this.
Right.
It's what's it called?
Sorairo.
Sorority Utility.
Sorority Days.
It's golf girls.
Hell yeah.
This show had an OVA like 4 years ago.
It was not that long, right?
I saw that. Well, I heard about it. I asked if I had needed to watch it before, and I was told no, so I did not watch the OVA.
What the fuck? I watched the OVA and I really liked it, so that's why I got excited for this show.
The OVA was really great because I think
really?
Because I think the OVA takes place like much further into these characters' relationship than this show starts.
Yeah, it would have been probably like.
And that part I found
8 or 9 of this series
very entertaining. Like this slow start thing they've got going on of her learning golf is not really doing much for me, but I love the golf senpai so much that I'm gonna stick with it.
she is unbelievably hot. That's what I'll say.
It's like I can't believe it. Such a simple and great design. Simple and clean.
But yeah,
Hell yeah, that you're making.
But that's honestly like most of my watching of the first 2 episodes has just been simping for her because she's so fucking hot.
She's very cute.
So that's one thing. But yeah, it's the first. I've seen 2 episodes of this. it's kind of your classic introduction of a girl that doesn't really know what
is.
she wants, finding this new sport and
Cute
slowly
girls
getting into it.
do niche activity anime.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. But the animation is really cute and
Yeah.
and the show's funny. It's charming. It's
Very
chill.
colorful.
Very colorful.
And
Yeah,
first 2 episodes very much drives home the. I don't know if it's gonna keep doing that. That golf is like the sport for the everyman. It's like it's for everybody. So in episode 2, they're like playing alongside 2 very old men, and they're just having a good time.
honestly, I could have just kept. It could have just been that for the entire show. Honestly,
Yeah.
just like useless teenage girl and then 2 old grandpas and the hottest woman in Japan playing golf together.
Playing golf for 12 episodes. Anime of the
Normalize
year.
normalize having 2 grandpas as your main cast and cute girls do cute
2
things.
OG-sans to play
Cute
golf.
grandpas doing cute things.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Introduce like grandpas doing cute things.
Cute grandpas doing cute
Cute
things.
grandpas doing grandpa things.
Isn't that just Sakamoto days?
Probably. I would want.
He's not
he's
that
not-
old.
He's not exactly doing grandpa things.
He's not a grandpa yet. That's going to be the sequel.
And he is
Isn't
also,
he canonically? Isn't he like 30 or something?
he's like 40 years old, I guess. But he's just
Yeah, I
always
guess he
had
would only be
white.
like 30.
He's always just had white hair, so he looks way old.
I would, yeah.
I found
this,
this stupid pun in the
oh.
backload. I just wanted to say it, but I haven't found a moment to do it. But I keep
What?
wanting to call it Sakamoto Daisuga because of
Oh,
the
this guy.
Sakamoto.
Haven't you heard?
Daisuga show.
Talk about a great OP. I've never actually watched the show, but I can listen to that song over and over.
Haven't you heard? It's Sakamoto.
Haven't you heard?
Haven't you heard
God.
it's Sakamoto days?
It might
and
just be that.
Anyway,
What if that guy just turned out to be an assassin later in life? What if it's just is the same Sakamoto?
it's honestly not even that
not
much
that
of
far
a
off.
stretch. Like the vibe is kind of similar, like being unnaturally competent. Anyway, back to golf. Speaking of being unnaturally competent, this main character is not.
No, she's not. She's actually really bad
She's-
at golf.
That's yeah, she's terrible.
She's
but-
actually really bad at everything. She tries going through every single activity under the sun and can't do shit. Although I did really like when she tries swinging the golf club for the first time and does the most weak sauce thing you've ever seen. Just this piss shit
Yeah,
swing.
like they
nowhere.
subvert.
That was funny.
They subvert your expectations. Where you're so used to these shows of someone trying something out for the first time and they're like a natural at it. She's just bad. She sucks.
Has anyone else noticed the brown-haired girl from this show is noticeably thick? Thank you, Kanye 2024. I didn't, but thank you for your input.
I have. A
I just
screenshot,
spent
just a
like
second.
5 minutes talking about how
Whoops,
hot this
whoops
girl is.
noticed. Whoops certainly noticed.
I also
fucking
noticed. There is a shot where she's like looking at the other girl playing golf, and for some reason they just gave her like double white clap cakes. I don't know why.
White clap cakes.
Didn't think she could do a real ass to grass squat, huh?
Where does it come
Yeah,
up with this stuff?
It just has that in the back.
This series was visually it was kind of weird to me where I don't think it like looks good necessarily, but I at least appreciate
There
what
it
they're
is.
doing. Like they definitely give a shit about it. Like they really did try to make it look great. There's some really well animated and also kind of weirdly animated faces, which I like a lot. I thought that was pretty cool. It does kind of like weirdly change styles every now and then. Like when she's first doing like there, right there. Like when they're actually playing golf, it gets super colorful and vivid and the backgrounds kind of change in this weird simplistic way. I didn't notice this admittedly, but I guess I'm just not as horny as you. Sure.
You just showed us your dojins.
I'm not perverted like you guys.
I
nah.
don't own actual physical dojins like you guys.
Those were gifts from my
I don't
dear
own
friend.
dojins.
Okay,
With a booby mouse
How
pad.
dare you assume that of me?
that was a gift, another gift from a good friend.
was a gift.
Sending it
It's a
to
gift.
yourself from a different.
Yes, that's right.
No, I do not own physical doujins. First of all,
I did see that the director is a Trigger guy. I did know that. Although the studio itself is the Chinese studio that's doing mostly gachas. They do Arc Knights and Azur Lane and what was another Blue Archive? I think. Do they do Blue Archive? Some other fucking gacha I don't like.
Yeah, production-wise, I get what you're saying. It doesn't look especially polished or anything, but it is very expressive and
very colorful, very
and
bright.
charming. Like it definitely, even in terms of just polish, it doesn't look bad. It looks pretty nice, but it's mostly the expressiveness that stands out.
Yeah. Personally, I really didn't get much out of this show. I didn't really like the characters, and maybe this is just me because I don't think golf is interesting at all. But I don't know. Maybe the other thing is that I never watched Birdie Wing, which was the other golf girls show.
Birdie Wing is insane.
Birdie Wing.
In fact, I specifically remember previewing that when I was doing the seasonal previews, and I specifically said about that show, I'm like, this looks like it's going to be bad, and no one's going to care about it, so no one's going to care about this opinion that I'm spouting. And that is one of the most incorrect things I've ever said in my entire life, as it turns out. Apparently, based on what I've heard about Birdie Wing, anyway.
Birdie Wing's like the Skate of golf anime, where it's just
no.
absolutely
Skate
absurd.
Was crazy, and it got better and better. Birdie Wing became the shittiest soap opera piece of shit you've ever. It crashed out so hard.
I just mean in terms of like taking a sport and not turning up to 11, but turning up to like 1100.
Yeah. Like they have underground stadiums of like rearrangeable landscapes and stuff like that. It's fucking nuts. But by the end, like the second half, it's like they're playing golf for life and death, and they're all related, and it's just melodrama. It's so.
I don't know. That sounds cool to me. Fuck. I'm gonna download Birdie Wing right now.
Watch it and come back to me. It's
the Skate movie came out. That's what that thing is on the chart.
Did it?
I was wondering what they've been up to with Scoot.
It's been
4 years since that thing
come out.
I think it's coming out.
It's coming out this season
or like this month.
The Scoo movie.
But yeah, I think one thing I do like about the golf show is even though the protagonist sucks completely at everything she does, I sound like the mom from Medalist. Everyone's
it's just an OVA,
insanely hyped for everything she does because she's like the only person that's new to golf.
The entire premise of the show is that there was something she was good at, but it got shut down, right? I forget what it was.
In Medalist or what?
No, in golf.
The protagonist?
Yeah, she was in a club and it got shut down. And she was very good at something, and now she's trying to find her new thing to be her thing. Like she wants something to obsess over. So she tries.
I think she was just like in the literary club or something.
Maybe there was something she was very good at, and that she liked doing.
But yeah, she'll swing like 15 times and miss the ball 15 times, and then on her 16th hit, she hits the ball and it goes like, 1 meter.
The first episode,
and then everyone loses their fucking mind.
Yeah, like the first episode has like a whole montage of her trying out different clubs and being bad at it and giving up until she finds this, and she's about to give up, but then Hot Girl pulls her in and is like, "No, you're gonna fucking do this. You're gonna play golf and you're gonna like it." And she's like, "Yes, sir." "Yes, ma'am." How can you say no to that face? You can't. That's the answer.
I can't.
You can't. Anyway.
But it's pretty fun. It's charming. It's vibes.
I'm glad you like it more than I do.
I am too.
It's always good when I'm the resident asshole on the podcast because no one should ever listen to it.
Did we all watch this next one? The Crush at Work?
I saw this.
Don't even know this show.
Did you like it?
I didn't not like it.
Okay.
Is that a good answer? It's boneless wotakoi.
It's they date and they bang immediately.
Yeah.
And
so I've been in a cryogenic sleep since like 2019. I have not aged at all. I don't know what's going on. Actually, I have aged quite a lot. I've aged like 20 years in the last 2 years. Sucks ass. But as far as like what's going on culturally, I'm not entirely too well versed in this stuff. So I'm going to reference stuff that's probably old. I don't know how much people actually know about this stuff anyways. But there was a show called Wotakoi in 2018 that was just this show, literally office romance sort of thing. Rom-com kind of thing, except the characters in that series had a lot of personality and chemistry, and the characters in this have no personality whatsoever, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't care for the first episode. After the first episode, though, I thought this seems familiar, and I read it. I read it a long time ago. The manga is done.
It's such an impression.
Yes. I dropped it at some point during the run. Like I didn't finish it, because what was like interesting and hot about the manga at first was this whole thing about we're dating at work, we can't get found out, and they would get into situations where they're but no, they're not fucking at work. This isn't like a Moss book, right?
Mal's actually got a doujin version of this show.
No, they're just like trying to not get found out by their coworkers, and they're like hiding.
It still sounds
stuff like that,
fucking
right? They're just
okay. So the thing about the thing that's going on with them is that they work in totally different departments at work. But I think that there's like, I think the chick has some level of superiority, like she's a higher ranking employee or something. Because she every now and then she'll come over to this dude's department and just lay into him, just absolutely be a total piece of shit to him, and I think that he likes that. Yeah. So they kind of have like this tsundere relationship at work, but then they're like,
they have this cool act, this kind of animosity act that they have to try and keep up, make it seem like they're not too close, and then they go home and have sex. So at first that's a fun premise, but like we talked about with Guild Receptionist, it's like at a certain point they just kind of drop the premise and it stops being interesting at all. So,
which is unfortunate because I don't even think the premise of this show is all that great.
No, not really. It's like, why are they even hiding it? I guess
maybe that's like. This must be something that, like, I don't know, maybe this is more of a cultural thing.
I was about to say, this might just
like from my own perspective, I've never had to deal with, like, oh, you can't date at work or anything like that. It's like, not that I have dated anyone, but it's like, if that were to happen, no one would give a shit. So, whatever. I'll say that, like, I didn't think anything was, like, wrong with this series or anything. I just didn't really get a lot of positives out of it. It's just a very, very flat mid for me.
I'll say the manga is better. It's like, I think this might just be horribly paced, and they don't really convey the characters' personalities very well. Because very quickly in the manga, it's like, the woman is very insistent that they keep it secret. They're doing it for her, really, keeping it secret. But she's also the worst at accidentally almost revealing it, and that's like an ongoing thing in the manga, at least. So that's kind of funny, and that leads to some cute moments. So if it's at all interesting, the premise, then read the manga. It's better. Although I also dropped that. And don't look at the cover when looking at it on a manga site, because it's a huge spoiler.
What?
Hang on, I'm gonna look it up right now because I don't care.
I mean, I get it's like, if do you care about seeing the relationship progress, or do you just know like where it ends up?
So wait, what's a huge spoiler?
Just the
yes.
I'll just say it. Like, they have kids and they're married. It's just like, okay, great. So everything works out. Happy ending.
Cool.
All right. This next one, let's just skip it. It's garbage. You know it's garbage.
Are you sure? What is it?
It's the fucking Behemoth cat elf show.
Oh, the cat show. I was told about this one today. No, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about the cat show. In fact, I just dropped my cat on the ground.
All right.
Nice picture. So,
it's not
did you see today's episode?
I did not. I don't think I've seen the last. How many are there?
I've seen.
This one started early, so there's like 5 now. I think I've only seen the first 2.
Someone told me there was a talking boob in the newest episode, and I was actually literally just about to download it based on hearing that, and then I heard that the characters are weirdly horny for the cat, and I'm
They
like,
are.
I'm good actually. I'm not going to watch this.
Yeah, it's bad. And for some reason, everybody just wants to fuck the cat. Like,
Okay.
it's a cool cat. It's got magical powers, but it's like they don't know that it's like sentient and actually a reincarnated human. It's like they don't know that. Why
You want to hear some certified cat nonsense?
No, 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 no.
Classic.
I knew it. Where's mine? Where's the new one?
Jesus Christ.
That's my Oshi right there.
That's this show. Great anime.
Yeah.
Well, everyone should watch it. Anime of the season, actually.
It's fucking dog shit, but
But it has a cat.
it has a cat and it's got a.
It's cat shit.
It's cat
It's a very
shit.
sexy cat from what I'm hearing.
And apparently the most attractive cat you've ever seen.
That's not Hanakawa Tsubasa. I don't buy
The
that.
hottest cat since Monogatari.
Okay, fair enough.
That's one title to go for.
And then the next one.
That would be a great light novel title. The hottest cat you've ever seen since Monogatari.
Like, you don't even need to say the premise of the show. It's just
a hot cat.
hot cat.
Whatever defines a hot cat.
It's the, like you can have a cool cat, well then it's a hot cat. Speaking of cool cats, I didn't watch this next one, but I want to rant about it anyway because I read the manga.
Medaka box.
It's Medaka box. No, it's
we got the remake.
What's it called? Medaka something. My charms are wasted on something Medakawa, something like that.
Let's see. Kuroiwa
Kuroira
Medaka ni watashi no kawaii ga
Right.
tsujinai.
So the premise is
Charms are wasted. Okay.
this guy starts in high school. He's like a priest and he's like a monk in training. So he has to like empty his mind of all impure thoughts. Already hilarious. And then the cutest girl at school, Mona Kawaii is her name, I believe. Is used to be able to charm all the boys immediately. And this guy is just brushing it off, and she can't have that. So she starts putting in more and more effort. Before you know it, she's in love with him. And then 163 chapters go by, and not a fucking thing happens.
Do you read this?
Yes.
And you read 163 chapters of this expecting
I
something
did.
to happen?
At some
hope they were
point,
really
something's
short
gotta
chapters.
happen. They just keep adding more and more girls, and I don't know why. Because this motherfucker refuses to. He's the densest motherfucker you've ever seen, and everybody just wants him, and it's not. It's really not worth it. So it's like that's why I was not even gonna start this because I know they're not gonna get any fucking where until like season 5.
I feel like I've heard of this somehow, somewhere, and I'm trying to figure out why.
I think it's part
What
of
is
our-
it that it makes that is so familiar about
It's on.
this?
It's probably big.
The
on
fact that
our-
it's-
I believe it's big on our manga. That's why I found it.
Well, I don't browse our manga.
Well, maybe you should fucking think about that. Start doing that.
Maybe I should. Now that I have 2 monitors, I can browse 2 subreddits at the same
you
time.
can read porn and manga. At the
Oh
same
my
time.
god! So what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't know where else you would have heard about it.
I mean, from what it sounds like, I mean, we can say what we want about it, but at least it's sticking to the premise.
It really is. It's like
It's-
nothing
it's
is.
over sticking.
Yeah. Well, the premise is that this guy has like an impenetrable mind. But the thing is, like, they just keep escalating how much they're hitting on him, and he gets
Sigma
all,
mil
he gets all
grind set.
flustered by it, but he doesn't get flustered until they've kind of given up. So it's like nobody ever realizes anything. It's just so frustrating. It's like halfway to being as long as Rent a Girlfriend, but it has the same amount of progress.
All I've heard from this show is that it takes the girl like about 10 minutes before she starts taking out her tits.
Yes.
And like, okay, well, they basically jumped that gun in episode 1, so you can't watch it hoping for anything like that.
I don't remember. I mean, I guess that would be like years ago. I read that. I didn't remember her taking her tits out that quick. Like they keep getting more and more frisky. Anyway, it sucks. Don't watch it. Don't even read it. It's a waste of time.
Don't even listen to this segment on the podcast.
Fucking go back and
just
skip it.
Erase this from your memory.
Play this in reverse. And
Shit
then
yourself!
over.
No!
Shit yourself.
There we go.
What? Shit yourself.
I have people in my house that probably heard that upstairs, and they have no idea why I just did that.
You should shit yourself.
In fact, I'm sure most people listening to this podcast have no idea why I just did that.
I don't. I have no idea why you did that.
That's just what happens around here sometimes. It's been a while. It's
sometimes
been a
you
while
shit
since I've been
yourself.
in a good mood like this, so I just needed to let it out.
It's
Is that it about for Medakawa?
I believe so. Don't watch it.
Think
Don't
so.
read it. Skip this part. It's too late. You already listened. Gotcha.
Dang.
Moving on.
We'll need a cure for this. Hopefully, it can be found in the Doctor anime.
I feel like I just got lupus. Maybe this.
That's the
I think I've been diagnosed with ligma.
Maybe this woman has a solution. Also,
Maybe she can cure my sugma.
Also, who's Steve Jobs?
What?
I don't know.
That's
Never heard of him.
That's the Ligma ball. That's the Watchmen Ligma balls thing.
I know. I don't understand the internet.
I
He's
think
like,
that joke was popular.
John
on
Manhattan. Manhattan goes like, "It's so sad that Steve Jobs died of Ligma," and Rorschach goes, "Who the hell is Steve Jobs? Ligma balls."
Oh, I didn't know that's where it actually came from.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs?
So I know that this is the easiest joke. This show has the easiest layup joke of all time, and every single bad YouTube channel you have ever heard of in your entire life is going to make the same
this
joke.
one.
Including this one, and it's that this anime is literally House MD.
I've never watched House.
Like, what is this show fucking called? I need to look this up.
It's called House MD. Can't you read?
This show.
Anime House MD.
Amiku Takao no Suiri Karte, or Amiku MD, Doctor Detective. So
Doctor Detective.
This is literally House MD as an anime, because this is literally about, this is like a hospital drama, and the main character is the person who's diagnosing people with whatever, especially whenever they have some kind of weird condition that no one else can understand. So the first episode has some guy come in with some blue blood, because I don't fucking know. I guess that can be a thing.
He doesn't
whatever.
come in with blue blood. He's dead.
Well,
motherfucker's dead and missing a
He's
leg.
dead probably because he has blue blood, I imagine. So that's what her role is, and she's also a total asshole about it the entire time. So she is literally House. So I guarantee you, the author of this manga or whatever watched House and is like, I'm making this a manga.
And I don't know
And
if I don't know if they do this
cool
in
girl.
House, but she goes like Mind Palace in the circle
Yeah.
with math. That's like from the Sherlock.
That's not. I don't think that's House. That's the show
Sherlock.
with
Benedict-
fucking.
Benedict,
Is that Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yeah, 'cause
Cumberbitch.
Because I remember watching this show and at some point thinking this is literally just a House mixed with Sherlock, and then the halfway point between episode, like the what's it called, the eye catch, it literally says Dr. Sherlock on the screen.
Dr.
at some
Sherlock.
point. Like how
Yeah.
much more on point do you need to make this?
Except I'm told that House is good because House is like an asshole, but he's got like Riz. He's cool.
There are really interesting characters in House. We'll say that
Right.
he is a complex character.
This lady, this little shit, does not have the aura to be pulling off the House act. I did not like
No.
her at all.
No, she and like the way, I almost like hate this. Like I think I do hate this,
I
because
do hate
all she does is she just like looks at a guy and is like, okay, I now understand everything that's wrong with him. Like there's
Yes.
no process, there's no like special skill that I can digest and be like, oh, this is how she knows all this stuff. It's just like it's just bullshit.
And that's also my problem with the solution to the. Did you watch episode 2?
I did not. I only watched episode 1.
Like that's where she solves the mystery, and it's the exact same thing. It's like she just walks. She's like, I solved it, and then she walks people through it. It's like she's showing us things we never knew. It's like that's not how you do a detective thing. You can't just. I solved the puzzle. Here's the answer. You have to show us the pieces. Otherwise, it's not cool or a revelation. You're just telling us.
That's interesting, because in the first episode, I had the exact opposite gripe, where it was like a guy with stomach pains, and they zoomed in like 5 times on a bag of candy sitting next to him.
Oh,
and then she goes, "Well, it's because she's been eating this this vitamin candy way too much."
That was the one time she did that. That was the one time it actually made sense.
Yeah, but then at that point,
was in the image.
Yes, but they zoomed on that bag of candy so many times.
I didn't actually notice that. But in the second one, she's just like immediate. First of all, she tells the cops like, "Hey, we should go. You remember to check out the museum for clues tomorrow." And she does it while the culprit is there. And I immediately knew that okay, this is a trick to make him go there in the morning, and they can catch him because he's gonna want to clean it up. Like she already figured it out. But it's like, we were never told that there's a disease that can make your blood blue, or what can cause it, or that the thing to cure it is used in aquariums. These are all things that she just tells us as they're catching him. It's like...
This is just, of course, information one has on hand.
This is just, we're just assumed to know that. It's like, that's not how you do a detective thing.
Also, like, here's my gripe. Why does this show have a detective angle in the first place?
She's
Why
a
do
doctor.
we have this? Like, I'm fine just watching this chick dissect medical mysteries on, like, in a hospital, and that's the thing. You know, just do House. Literally, just do House. I don't care.
Listen,
I don't mind that you're ripping off as long as it's fun.
Moss, this guy loved House and he loved Sherlock, and he didn't want to write 2 separate books.
It's too much work. He had to put them into one show.
That is how it feels.
At least, like, maybe at least it could have been like the detective could have been a second character. Like that would be her.
Columbo
her
is in it, by the way. Fucking Detective
you
Columbo.
You got the crime scene investigator guy, and then you've got the doctor lady. That could be a cool buddy cop sort of thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's also doing the Sherlock thing where like she's insisting on doing this investigation stuff, and there's always the police character that's like, "You can't be on this case.
Except this guy doesn't say that. He's just along for the ride. Because it's just chill Japanese Columbo.
But, I mean, in episode 1 he does, but then I mean, in Sherlock that's like, well, he's being an asshole. This guy's a detective. Just let him in. But she's a fucking doctor. Why would she need to be on the case? She's not.
Don't worry, I'm working this case. No, you're not. You're supposed to be at work. What the fuck are you doing here?
You're a fucking doctor. Why are you here?
You live on top of the hospital. Why? She has like a fucking cottage.
Yeah, she lives in like this weird, like Hans and Gretel.
Yeah, on top of a normal hospital.
On top of the hospital.
Apparently, because her dad owns the hospital, so it's like
her uncle.
So she's also just like a nepo baby. She's just like.
But she didn't earn that doctor job. DEI hire. What the fuck?
She might be a horrible doctor. We don't know. We haven't seen her do any fucking doctoring. She just says things.
Yeah, she just walks in the room, looks at the guy's hand, and then goes, "He's a fisherman."
You ate fish, didn't you?
And that's how he got it.
No, I broke my hand by jerking off to Sakamoto Chloe. This guy watches Hololive. I can tell by the bruises on his hand.
This guy's a fucking goon.
This guy's a gooner. I can tell by his.
That's I like that we made a much better show than this thing.
Tell by his complexion.
I always hate like hating stuff nowadays. I don't want to be a hater anymore. But you know what? I don't like this show. This show sucks.
Yeah. I'm not continuing this show. It also.
I will.
By the way, it also
because I forced myself to watch 10 shows like an idiot.
It also looks like dog shit.
Though.
It's horribly ugly.
Oh my god! Is this the one by Project Number 9?
I think so.
How is this shit ass studio still in business? This baffles my mind. Project Number 9 has been around for like a decade at least, and they have not made a single good show.
Maybe
They make a show like every season. They're always around, and all of them look terrible. And I'm watching this show. It's like nothing's changed. How are they not dead yet? How is this studio so consistently bad? How are they making money? Like what? Who is allowing them to do this? Fuck Project Number 9.
Fuck Project Number. Also, Project Number 9 was that shit ass video game by the Mega Man creator, wasn't it?
That was Mighty Number 9.
Mighty Number 9. You also have Inside Number 9, which is a really good show.
What is it with the number 9?
I don't know. Number 9 is really important over
It's
there.
like it's like the color blue in Japanese titles. Anyway, you didn't watch this. You didn't watch Zenshuu, or you watched 5 minutes and gave up.
Yes, I have some words for Zenshuu.
Okay, you
That's
can talk
literally
about
what I did.
Yeah, I have Zenshuu.
Did you also drop Zenshuu?
Yeah.
Oh my, did we drop it for the same reason? We must have dropped it for the...
When she went Super Saiyan, that's when I dropped it.
Yeah, okay, so Zenshuu starts off like the way this starts off. So there's this legendary director, all right? This very young person who gets into the anime industry immediately after high school, works her way up. She starts doing like storyboards and animation director, and then like actual director. And the very first thing that she becomes the lead director on becomes this huge, massive smash hit. And so she's now this cultural phenomenon. Everyone's looking forward to whatever she's doing next. So her next anime has been announced. It's a movie, and everyone's super excited for it. Except she has like super bad artist block. She's supposed to be doing this, and because she's like this genius and also this workaholic, she's insisted on leading everything and kind of doing everything herself. Like she gets like one of her assistants or whatever. They're like, oh, we did the storyboards for this scene, and then she flips them and is like, this is shit, go redo all these frames right now. They're like, but man, we're 2 months behind schedule. No, I don't care, it sucks. And she herself isn't getting anything done because, again, she's got like artist block. So this is turning into a big problem. This animation production is turning into a bit of a disaster right here. And there's some rifts between some of her coworkers. Like there's one guy who kind of talks back for a second, but then she gets bad back at him, and it's like, ooh, drama. And also she has grown out. She keeps growing out her hair. She's like tasked herself with finishing this anime, and once she does that, she will cut her hair. And so her hair is now so long that it completely covers her face, and it's awesome. And so she's starting to work on her storyboards finally. She gets a lunch from her boss or whatever, and she's eating it, and then she starts choking on it, and it's like, oh no, what's going on? She chokes on it, loses consciousness, and is in a fantasy world. It's a fucking isekai the entire time. This like 5-minute setup that they gave me of this animation studio and this animation production, I was so invested. I'm like, this is a really interesting premise. I want to watch this. I want to see where this goes. I want to watch like an edgy Shirobako, essentially. I want to watch animation production where it's actually kind of stressful and weird like this with some kind of auteur creator. This is a really cool angle. And then it turns into a fucking fantasy isekai. Just throws that awesome concept completely out the window, and it just pissed me off because I'm like, what was the point of that? Why did you give me such a great premise and then give me dog shit after that? I wanted to watch the good show, not whatever it actually became. So I stopped watching immediately.
This is just like League of Legends.
So my experience.
I don't
pretty
understand
much,
that.
My experience was pretty much that. I got to that point and I was like, what the fuck? So I skipped through the rest of the episode just to see where it was going. Like I held on some hope that was gonna be like, okay, maybe they're gonna make anime in a fantasy world, but they're still gonna be producing anime, which would be a better show. But no,
Go ahead. Sorry.
She just, from what I've glanced from the rest of the episode, she just basically becomes a warrior by drawing stuff. It's like Scribblenauts.
This
or
is
Drawn
just
to
like
Life.
Okami.
Yes, but so she draws like a big ass golem, and then it fucks people up, and then she becomes a warrior, and it's basically, by that point, it's basically like an isekai, and she's a summoner, except she summons stuff by drawing it, and then I'm guessing all the anime studio stuff and all the interesting stuff is just gone, because who the fuck would want to watch that, right?
Help! How do we take out the Demon King? I got it. Draws the Twin Towers.
But why would the Twin Towers help?
Because then an airplane is gonna fly
Well,
into
do you
him.
know what happened to the Twin Towers at some point? Something happened to them.
Yeah,
Maybe that could be related to killing people. I don't know.
Why would the towers themselves help with that?
I don't
Anyway, you said this was like League of Legends.
It's not actually like League of Legends.
Oh, what the hell? They got Bandmade to do the OP for this thing?
Oh,
Fuck
nice.
off, Bandmade.
Didn't know this was a good anime.
They should have done the OP for Sakamoto Days instead. Sakamoto Days should swap OPs with this.
That's what they deserve.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like
So-
League of Legends in that people start playing it because of Arcane, and then it's the worst shit they've ever seen.
Right.
The bait and switch. So they just
The bait and
never go
switch.
back to that original premise?
I'm assuming.
I don't think so.
I'm assuming. I just like again when it got to the isekai part, I just I didn't.
You
I was also
shat
getting made fun
yourself
of this
and
by
left.
fucking Shoulder made fun of me because I didn't know about this being an isekai, and like yes, correct, I didn't know because I didn't look at any. Went into this completely blind. Fuck me, I guess.
Jokes on you for not spoiling yourself.
But yeah, once it got to the fantasy aspect, I'm just like, wait a minute, like because I was also okay, maybe this is just a dream, maybe this is just going to be a couple minutes or so. But then I looked up the information for the show, and it's got the isekai tag and everything. I'm like, god damn it, this is actually what it's gonna be.
So is the
That's such bullshit.
So is the idea that she died in real life and that she got reincarnated, or was it just all a daydream?
Yes.
I think the one thing is that the fantasy world or whatever that she's in is based on the anime that she created that made her famous and all that. So I guess there's that, which is, I don't know, something, but not interesting enough where I'd want to watch it.
It's not enough. It's not like there's a hot cat or something.
Yeah, right? Or Sakamoto Chloe.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And I mean, maybe it's gonna do the 16-bit sensation thing where she keeps going back and forth between these worlds. But I mean, with the implication being that she's dead in the original, the good world, it's seeming unlikely.
Like, hang on. I need to post this character design. I'll post it in the Junie Tyson chat instead of the voice chat or whatever. But like this picture of the main character, like she looks like that throughout her entire animation scene, and it is so cool. I'm like, I love this character design. This is so great. This is such a mood.
Does she also look like that in a fantasy world?
No, that's how she just look. That's how she looks in real life.
Sick.
Because again, she can't cut her hair until she finishes her storyboards or whatever. So it just got excessively long, and now she looks like Samara from The Ring. But I thought that was super great. Yeah, there she is.
It's like cussing it.
I think our stream's still on the House MD.
Yeah, it's like a
not...
minute behind for me, but it's fine.
No, we were showing House MD for the whole time. I don't have a picture for Zenshuu.
Oh, we do now.
Well.
Because I saw you dropped after 5 minutes, so I just assumed we wouldn't even talk about it.
Fair enough. No, I wanted to talk about it. I really wanted to talk about that. But I'm done now. I've gotten it out. I think I talked about Zenshuu for more than I watched it. So there we go.
We got more out of the show than the show got out of the show.
Exactly.
All right. Sequel time, which we already kind of started with solo leveling because I goofed it. It's 100 GIFs.
The 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
We have to say it 100 times. Really, really.
No, there's only 5 in the title. Fortunately, they spared us with that.
And
also, let me just say, the guy does not have 100 girlfriends yet. So the show is still a big scam.
It's like
in terms of its title.
I mean, it's
I will say though, I saw the first season of this because you and I, Panic, watched it for our anime awards thing, or at least we talked about it for that. But I watched it for that.
I watched it because I wanted to.
I wasn't into this time, but I don't think I've actually talked about this at length, even though I have seen the first season and I am up to date with this second season. So let me just say, 100 Girlfriends, awesome freaking show.
It's great.
I love this series. It is fantastic. This series is this is literally the reverse Eminence and Shadow for me. If anyone remembers Eminence and Shadow, I hope that show's not relevant anymore. I hope everyone who made that show is now dead or something. Because my problem with that series is that it had a lot of self-aware meta humor, but it was in this very self-deprecating way that was also trying to be like funny about it. It's like, oh, here's us doing all this really stupid bullshit anime trope nonsense, but isn't that so funny, guys? LOL, XD. Like, the main character's constantly like, I'm wasting everyone's time because I'm a fucking lame main character. I'm a lame background character. That's my persona. That's my hidden identity. I'm so fucking clever. And I just hated it. I just hated how cynical it was. It felt like I was actually being made fun of. Like, I felt like people who didn't like anime would like Eminence and Shadow. Meanwhile, 100 Girlfriends, right? This thing is very, very similar. It is also a very, very meta-heavy series. It delves into a lot of very trashy anime tropes, and it does so with such a big, wide smile. It just has so much love for everything that it does, and I love that about it. It's like, yeah, we made a show where all of the girls are super tropey, and they're all exactly what you think they are, because you love that, because you think that's great and that's what you want. And yes, show, that is what I want, because I actually do like shit like this sometimes. Like the first girl, the first waifu of this is literally the ultimate pink hair anime boob character. If anyone remembers that old ancient meme of pink hair anime boob, this girl is just her entire character is that she is a pink-haired anime girl with comically massive boobs, and that is her entire personality as well, and a huge whatever. Where was I? Fuck. Oh, and yeah, let me rebuild my own brain here. Right. So, and her entire personality is that she's pink hair anime boob. Her entire personality is that she just wants to fuck the main character, and that she's just overall cute and, I guess, provocative. That's her entire personality. And it's great, and it's awesome, because the main character's like, yeah, you're great because of all the, like the main character is everyday normal guy, and he's able to analyze everybody on these really deep levels. So he's like, yeah, you have these really cool, intricate things that I like about your personality. Or maybe he just likes the trope in general, because you know what? Pink hair anime boob is fucking awesome. And the show's constantly like, yeah, we made hot anime characters because that's what you fucking like, isn't it? And it's like, yes, that is what I like. Thank you for respecting my interests and actually letting me have this instead of just constantly making fun of it and shitting on it so that I can feel like a fucking loser. No. 100 Girlfriends is absolute degenerate goon weeb trash, but it knows that, and it accepts that, and it embraces that, and I embrace that about it, and I love it. So this series is great, and this new season is great as well.
Yeah, I think the word is irreverent or something. It's like it relishes what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't try to hide behind like a layer of irony and stuff like that. It's just straight up. Yeah. This is the most tsundere, flat-chested, pigtail character you've ever seen, and that's all she is.
Yeah, that's her personality. Her personality is that she is a violent tsundere, and the main character likes it because violent tsunderes are...
Here is one of every trope you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Except they also invent some, because like recently they introduced Hungry GF, and they're like,
they introduced Hangry GF.
Yeah, and tsundere, who's also like the straight man, often is like, that's not an aesthetic. That's not a trope. You just invented one. You can't do that.
And what's also so great is that, yes, every character is just, particular trope, but it's also so indulgent with the trope. It's like, just fully leans into that trope as much as it can just to get everything out of it. And it's great. Especially because another thing that's awesome about the series is that it actually tries to make some kind of logical sense out of everything. Not like real world logic, obviously. It's way too absurd from that, but it still tries to tie everything together in its own world logic.
Yeah.
As absurd as it is.
Yeah. Something I keep wondering about when I'm watching it, and he spends an episode rizzing up new girls. It's like, where did all the other ones go? Aren't they around him all the time? Like, how does he even have time to talk to new people?
I don't know.
It's like he brings the family to fucking like some kind of eating contest, and his entire team is just like 7 girls and one of their mom. It's great. And now he's dating a middle schooler. That's less great, but
I mean, isn't he himself like a first-year high schooler?
I don't know if he's a first.
Yeah,
year. Is he?
Close enough.
Close enough, but it just sounds bad to date.
I mean, he's also dating his girlfriend's mom.
He's also dating an adult. Who, for some reason, nobody has a problem with.
I think at some point they just accepted the harem, and it's just the harem will just continue to get bigger.
They kind of explained it as like she has not emotionally grown up at all for some reason. I kind of forget the premise with her. Like she's still in love.
I forgot why, but I will say it was really funny.
It is nice that she's just there. She's just one of them. Nobody cares. Just a mom.
She's
there.
just in the school.
Well, she's not. The mom actually isn't around. I don't. Well, wait, no,
she is.
She is.
Never mind. I forgot that. I forgot that's the tall one. I'm so fucking stupid.
The tall pink one. She's just there.
The tall pink hair anime. The bigger pink hair anime.
Yeah. Who is? No, I remember that part. Like they explained that she's still a virgin. She got like artificially inseminated with her dying boyfriend. It's like she's a virgin mother. It's
so insane. It's bonkers. It's fucking wild. And here's another thing. This second season. So this series is directed. This anime is directed by the same guy who directed Josh-in-Chan Dropkick, and he brought in a similar quirk with Josh-in-Chan Dropkick, where every successive season of that show, it would get more meta. So, like, at first, obviously, there was some meta humor here and there with this show, 100 Girlfriends. But now in the second season, there's, like, literally, the first season is like, guys, we have a problem. We haven't kissed in more than 3 months because the last episode of this anime aired in December 2023, and it is now January 2025. That means 14 months have passed, and we need to do something about this. And it's like... All right, cool.
And mom is like, but I've only been his girlfriend for 2 episodes. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the great thing about it as well is it has these meta jokes, but it's not in this really annoying nudge, nudge, wink, wink type. Are you seeing how stupid this is way? It's just being stupid. Yeah. And it's not like emphasizing that fact.
It's very
or trying to wink too hard about
all these characters share one brain cell.
They just get it,
and they exchange it by kissing all the time.
Yeah, they exchange that one.
They kiss so much.
They just get it, and it's just got such a solid sense of humor. Like they just get it.
Right.
I think my favorite part of this season was the hangry GF. So the thing about her is that she has ridiculously insane metabolism and is constantly hungry. And anytime she thinks about a specific food, she gets an intense craving for that food.
Or if she just hears a word that sounds like a food.
What a horrible life that must be. So she thinks about eggs on toast, and they bring up Castle in the Sky. She's like, oh, eggs on toast, like Castle in the Sky. And they're like, oh yeah, that's studio. They always make their food look really good. It's like that level of joke that I can just... It's like, I expected that from an actual real anime.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it's this anime making that joke, because if that joke existed anywhere else, I'd probably think it would be really stupid.
Yeah, and the episode starts off with a body swap, and they cut to Your Name, but with 100 comets in the sky instead of 1.
Oh my god, yeah, they did Your Name. They did a Your Name pair. They
just the
fake Radwimp song.
Yeah, like, don't play that, copyright. What are you fucking? Stop it. Yeah, and the ED show is like the next 3 characters that are gonna be added, and I'm excited. One of them is like a rich Ojo-sama asshole lady, and the other is like the gloomy girl with the bangs. I was like, this is gonna be so peak. I'm excited.
Yeah.
There's also baseball tomboy.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it's my wife.
Yo,
It's baseball.
This is going to be peak.
Can we get Golf Girl from? Can she join?
No, that's just gonna be the rest of the show. It's gonna be airing every season, and it's gonna be adding girls from different shows.
Like, the challenge must be to come up with 100 tropes. There's like, how many?
mean-
there can't be that many.
I mean, they're at 9, and they already did the hungry girl, which is not a thing.
They invented Hungry Girl. Now we're gonna get Sports Tomboy. You got Science Girl, Shy.
When are we going to get Witch Girl? I need Witch Girl in the
I think
the
one,
harem.
like the one with the
Season
bangs is
98.
like gonna be the occult whatever girl. That's totally what she is.
Okay, but
Does
where
she
is
have
her
a big
hat?
fucking? Does she have a
I
big
bet
fucking
she
hat?
has one.
Where is her hat?
Show me
need hat
the
GF.
headwear.
Show me the hat.
All right. Oh, you know what? Show
100
has-
Girlfriends is peak anime of the season.
It's fucking great. You know what else has a witch? Dragon Ball. The new Dragon Ball.
Whoa.
They got a cute witch.
Dragging my balls.
Dragon my wouldn't mind dragging my
What am I dragging my balls? My brain is fried.
I'm like a little split on this show. I'm watching it, I'm enjoying it, but it's also kind of like it's Dragon Ball, but it's scaled way the fuck down. Like, it's nowhere near as ridiculous as DBZ got at the end, which is nice, but it's also, come on. Go crazy. Like, whenever they do have fights, they look great, but the fights are very short. They don't spend several episodes fighting enemies anymore, like the good old days. So it's pretty cool. It's like, I get the feeling that they just wanted to make a Dragon Quest anime, and they realized that would be bad, and so they made it Dragon Ball instead, because everything is just, it reeks of Dragon Quest. All the demons and their designs and the environments, because they're in the demon realm, so everything is very fantasy and magic. It's not just like over the top fighting in the sky all the time, although there is also that, so that's nice. It's just it's whimsical Dragon Ball. It's very reminiscent of the first, like, pre-DBZ stuff. A return to form. I mean, I guess it does have the feeling that the people making it love it a lot. Like, they treat it with a lot of respect. It's not just slop. It's not Dragon Ball Super or GT. It's cozy fun. And you get to see Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3 for first time ever on television, but he's a kid.
He sure is behind.
Oh, right, they're all kids.
So, how does this compare to Dragon Ball GT?
I've never seen GT.
Okay,
but I
fair
know
enough.
people hate it. Right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not considered canon.
I don't know why, though. I don't know what the deal is.
No, I don't know either. I think they just jumped the shark. It's like they keep scaling things up. In this, they've really scaled down. It's like power scaling, but the other way, I guess. Where you're looking at some of these fights going on, and you're like, they would have just fucking exploded several planets by this point if it was like, it's supposed to take place after Dragon Ball Z, and they've been turned into kids to like power them down, but they're still extremely strong. But these fights are like such low, like slow pace, low scale fights that it's like, they should just wipe the floor with these Guardian robots. This isn't even a contest. Why are you pretending to struggle? But yeah, it's all right. It's trucking along. Guess we'll see if they ever become adults again. Spoiler alert, they do, because Super comes after this. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Dragon Ball. It's nice. All right, Bang Dream, Ave America,
Ave Mujica. Ave Murka.
Ave
I
Murka.
I gotta say with Bang Dream that I watched the first episode of the first season when it came out back in 2017. I don't even think the game was out. I think this was similar to Uma Musume where they made the anime before they made the game that was supposed to be for the anime or whatever. And I thought that shit was hot ass. Actually, not even hot ass. It was just like shit ass.
Really. Ass.
I dropped that and never looked back. And Bang Dream became a huge franchise after that, and I paid no attention to it. Then a few years later, more specifically a year or two ago, this thing called My Go is apparently like the best thing ever, and so that's now continuing. This is, I guess, a continuation of that. I've heard they're all individual series or whatever because they're all like different bands or whatever. Right, but yeah, apparently people really like Bang Dream now. That's basically the thing. This thing that I thought was total dog shit years ago apparently turned into a good franchise.
Nice,
cool.
Yeah, that's kind of how I went into it. Honestly, I only watched My Go like a month ago in preparation for knowing Ave Mujica was gonna be coming out, and I guess I wanted to see what the fuzz was about. So basically, Bang Dream opens with. Or My Go opens with a band that is disbanding. One of the characters is just leaving without really explaining why, and that kicks off some new shit as they try to start a new band. And this basically follows the girl that splits off from the band from My Go. So it's basically calling it a spin-off would be doing it a disservice, but it's like a parallel story. So. In My Go, the shit between the people that are left kicks off, and here are the actually two girls that leave start a new band, which is Ave Mujica, or Mujica, or however you're gonna pronounce it.
Mujica. And we should rename the music channel to La Mujica. Next would probably hate that though.
So anyway, so in My Go, they kind of have like relative normal band drama about trying to be in the limelight and dealing with characters that don't or people in the band that don't put in the proper effort or stir shit or just sort of band drama stuff. This shit is like fucking insane. These girls are unhinged. So they start this band where they do like stage plays masked on the stage, and I won't go into too much detail about how that plays out, but I don't know how to explain this without going into spoiler territory. So maybe I just might with a big spoiler warning for the first 4 episodes of Ai Mujica. So spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning! Don't watch Ave Mujica.
No, do it is. I mean, I'll get into it, but so they start a band with some like. Actually already kind of famous people for the most part, because they want to make money or something, but they're all masked, so they perform like this, and one of the girls just goes rogue and just goes, fuck this tuny shit, this is boring, I'm just gonna rip these masks off on stage at like our first big performance scene, because I think that's the commercially right decision. And because the main girl that's leading the band keeps being mysterious about why we are wearing these masks and why the fuck we're doing this and when we will be taking them off, so she just goes rogue, which is based.
It's pretty cool.
And then one of the other girls has a full fucking mental breakdown. Like she turns into like full Subaru mind breaky shit. And she just goes into like a catatonic state and sits in a basement for 24 hours, clutching a guitar, having a full-on mental breakdown. And that's sort of where things go from there, where they try to deal with the fact that this person is essentially has a broken mind, and ends up having dissociative identity disorder, where she deletes her previous identity and develops a new one based on a persona that they gave her in the band. This shit is fucking insane. It's so wild. As these characters try to navigate just unhinged shit.
Why does this sound familiar? I didn't watch it. I know I didn't watch it.
You might have heard something about it. But yeah, that's like the first 3 episodes that happens, and it feels like it's an entire series worth of, or like 9 episodes worth of narrative that's happening in the first like 3 episodes. But there is this decently interesting band dynamic built around it about like who's actually at fault here for making this shit happen. Is it the girl that just decided to rip these masks off and go rogue, or is it down to the main girl who is being kind of mysterious and a bad communicator about why the fuck they're wearing them in the first place? But there's this like weird Subaru mind break girl with the dissociative identity disorder in the middle of all it, which is a weird undertone. But yeah, that's Ave Mujica so far.
I know why it sounds familiar. This is a part of the Kong Ming show. Your boy Kong Ming. The main character like sings along with like a street performer who is shown to be from this masked band. And she thinks like performing with masks is like phony, stuff like that. So it's just like a part of it. That's why it sounds familiar.
It's just like a vague association.
Yeah.
But anyway, the band ends up commercially blowing up because they take off the masks and they rely on their star power, but it causes some tension within the band. And the girl you have on screen right now is Nyamu, and she's the only sane person in the band, even though some might argue that she's the villain, because she's the one that pulls off the masks and just goes rogue. But there's between all that wild shit, there's some pretty decent band drama, and you can actually have some good discussions about who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and that's pretty fun. So it's definitely at least worth a shot, because it might grip you and it might be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But you might also just look at it and think this is some whack shit.
But it's based on a gacha game?
I don't know. I don't know that much about Bang Dream.
Everything is a fucking gacha game.
It probably is. But you can probably watch this standalone. Aside from maybe needing the first and the last episode of My Go. And even if you didn't like My Go and you have seen it, this might still grip you in some way, because it is pretty different. My Go is a lot more tame comparatively. This is some insane shit.
Right. Okay.
So that's my rant on Ave Mujica.
All right.
I realize I'm really bad at selling these shows that only I have watched, because I just ramble and I don't really know where I'm going with this.
That's also how I feel when
I
talk about shows that I'm the only one who's seen. It's like, are they buying this shit?
Am I conveying anything about this show or what makes it work or not? But it's also 12 a.m. and I'm kind of tired.
Same. Anyway, Apothecary. Maybe you just need to kiss a small tiny kitten on its belly. Like this guy, this pervert.
Is it a hot kitten?
I knew that you would use this screen cap.
Well, this is what you sent to me.
Of course. Well, I know what you're into.
Cats. Hot cats.
Sniffing them specifically.
And sniffing cats.
hot cats.
I fucking love sniffing a good cat.
Nothing weird about that.
Everybody loves sniffing cats.
Someone asked someone to impersonate Itachi. I think they were talking about you. Although I don't remember what Itachi sounds like in any language.
Which Itachi?
Who's Itachi?
Itachi Uchiha from fucking Naruto, the most famous anime character ever.
That's why that seems so.
What's that? What's that?
I don't know
anything.
Chris, I'm just trying to relay information
for the fans. I don't even know what he sounds like.
Itachi. Oh, this guy.
I just imagine he sounds like.
I kind of just always assumed it was like...
Look up a picture of Itachi and then do a voice based on what you think he would sound like.
Shadow the Head.
I don't speak Japanese.
I don't speak Japanese. You crazy?
Watashiwa.
I kind of,
No, I'm not gonna do this.
I kind of always just assumed
There you go. The
this was
Watashi
like,
wa was the Itachi impression.
I just thought this was like punished Sasuke or something. I have no idea.
No, it's his bigger brother.
That's
This is evil brother.
It's probably not even that wrong then.
I love the idea of just calling Itachi Sasuke. I love this. So, especially because they're the guy who made Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, Little Karibo, he had a short-lived Naruto parody series, and every time he would call Itachi Sasuke's brother. He would never call him Itachi. He was always addressed as Sasuke's brother.
It's like Naruto's dad. Naruto's son's dad.
Naruto's dad.
Naruto's son's dad.
Little Karibo was really ahead of his time there.
Nice.
Speaking of ahead of its time, Apothecary Diaries. Mao Mao was pretty ahead of her time.
How so?
She is.
I don't know. She just knows a lot of stuff that a lot of people
is
don't
she
know
like a
in her
doctor
time
detective?
period.
Yes.
Oh my god! This
Kind
is,
of.
Oh my god! This is wait. This is a better Doctor Detective show than the Doctor Detective show.
Is this House MD?
Holy shit! No, it's House AD.
I didn't think about that until now.
House AD because it's olden times.
it's genuine.
House BC, more like.
I mean that is an interesting observation because that's kind of
It just came to me.
kind of true.
That's exactly what she is.
She's the toxicologist. That's what she is. She understands everything about medicine and stuff.
I love me a
And then people get sick, and she's like, "I know what's wrong with them." But except you actually see her going through the process of figuring out what's wrong, and it's engaging. And
She
it's
investigates and asks
She
questions.
She doesn't just walk in and go, "Your dress is made out of asbestos," and then walk out, which is what the House MD anime show would have done.
No. She would have immediately gone to whoever made the dress and had her arrested, and then talked about, "I knew the dress was made of asbestos."
I don't really know what to say about this. I feel like
I don't know what to
everyone
say.
sort
That's like new,
of- right.
but yeah, great show, and it's picking up pretty much where it left off, and there was no quality drop or anything.
Are they
great?
Are they going more into them being like a thing, Mao Mao and Jinchi?
I imagine that's where it'll eventually.
I
Because
think I mean
that
from
was
the
like
first
the
few.
thing I didn't like about because I just don't see it. I don't get that.
You
vibe.
know, I'm actually gonna. I like them as a couple, but I was actually a little bit disappointed when I found out that Jinchi actually has a dick. Sorry for spoiling season 1, but whatever.
Wow.
It's not that big of a deal.
Wow.
I don't know. It's almost like I wanted them to not be a couple, but not like a real couple
But like
necessarily.
platonic, like they're together.
Yeah. They
but,
would like be in this perpetual state of kind of being into each other, but also finding them too weird or something.
Yeah.
I think the show, like around the first part of season 2, is more willing to just outright show that Jinchi, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Likes Mao Mao, sort of in that way with the cat sniffing scene. Like that's pretty blatant.
Why is that? Wait, is he sniffing the cat because it smells like
So-
her?
Okay, so she finds a cat and she brings it in, and Jinchi goes in and initially goes, "Well, I don't really
she
like
turned
cats."
herself into a kitten. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Turned myself into a kitten, Jinchi.
I'm kidding,
anyway,
Mao Mao.
Kitten Mao Mao. So she brings in a cat, and then she doesn't really like cats, I don't think, and neither does Jinchi. But then someone tells Jinchi, like, "I like cats because they are, they may seem standoffish, and but they do still keep coming back to you," or something like that. Basically, like a description for Mao Mao, you could say. And then he just starts sniffing the cat and goes, "I get it now."
Dude, this guy
So,
fucking
I
gets
mean,
it.
So they very much make the allegory between the cat and Mao Mao.
That's
and
exactly why cats are
Jinchi starting to like the cat as soon as he makes the connection that the cat is like Mao Mao. So that's
And
that's
then-
what I'm saying. Like they're not really hiding the fact anymore that
not
Jinchi just simps over her.
He should sniff Mao Mao.
He should. She probably smells good.
I don't
From
think
all the, like,
anybody.
herbs.
I don't think anybody at that time period smelled particularly good.
Not with her dresses made of asbestos.
Asbestos dresses. They get one bath a month. It's not great.
Nah, she's dealing with royalty and shit, so they actually bathe.
She has like mud freckles.
The mud
There is
freckles were gigabrain as fuck.
It's like how
I
do
couldn't
they know?
believe that twist.
It makes no
It's one of those twists that's
sense.
like it's one of those twists that's like stupid and probably wouldn't work in real life, but I give it to the show. I'll like you can have that. You fooled me.
Has she just never been outside in the rain?
Isn't it like
It never rains in China.
What's that stuff called? Like henna? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Hanna?
It's like a
Yeah.
substance you put on your skin and it discolors your skin temporarily
it's like-
for like a day. So I guess it's something like that.
Or more. It was like this is specifically like little clay dots.
No, she literally said it was clay.
Oh.
It was like that would just come off. If you sweat just a little bit, that shit's gonna come off.
But she doesn't sweat. She's perfect. No,
She's a cat. They don't sweat.
she's a cat. there is something noteworthy
She
about
is a cat. That is true.
Queen don't
She is a
sweat.
cat. There is something noteworthy about season 2, which is that it starts with Mao selling porn to everyone in the palace.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That is true.
That's what it opens on.
She took away my books and gave them to the inner palace.
We couldn't
No,
raise
my
it.
books!
My
My
goodness.
Chloe!
By Jove.
I'm sorry, person. I lost it.
Poor person. How will they ever
Um,
recover?
But yeah, it's Apothecary Diaries. If you haven't seen it already, do so.
Watch it. It's great.
Watch
She
that
never
shit,
fucking
it's-
writes a diary. What a
that shit is
scam
good.
title.
The anime is the diaries. This is some next level meta shit.
Damn.
I will express a small, mild disappointment that this is not coming out at the same time as the second season of Frieren, because the fact that this show came out at the same time as Frieren just felt perfect. They were just such great partners. Mao needs her friend Frieren to come back.
They would hang out. And
They would absolutely be
They
friends.
would.
They would be such
They
good.
Mao would be friends with like most people in Frieren, I think.
They'd be such good racists together.
Hell yeah.
All
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Oh, actually, other big disappointment of this season is that every time it starts, I have to hear a fucking Yoasobi song.
Stop it.
It's also not the vibe for this show.
I feel like with Yoasobi, it's like pineapple on pizza. It's like it's overhated. Stop it.
No.
I mean,
I will
just
not-
feel like
I
it
will
gets
not stop.
shoehorned. She gets shoehorned into way too many popular shows.
I guess.
This
It's
is
like,
a
wow,
hatred
let's-
I will keep with me until I die or until they die. Which is not a threat or anything.
Whoever
so
gets to the
don't-
other first.
No terms of service have been violated. I'm just saying.
Whenever
I
Moss
don't-
kills Yaoi Sobi,
Whenever
Yakisoba.
Maz goes full Sakamoto
Ya-
days
yaoi
on
soba.
Yakisoba,
when you kill Yakisoba,
finally.
and you had
Gone.
some.
That's what they get.
other-
They deserve for Idol.
What was it? The other one you'd watched? Hana.
Oh yeah,
something?
so I guess we're done with that show, so we can do side stuff. Side stuff we're not watching. So I watch what
Hana
was
something.
it? I didn't even have it on my fucking
Hana
my
Shura
enemy
or
list.
something
Where did I
like
put
that?
it? Hana Shura,
Shura?
Hana. Why does that sound so familiar?
Sure.
Hamifura, that's the that it sounds like.
That's right. We're talking about Hamifura
Hamifura, season 3
from
of
4
Hamifura,
years
whatever.
ago.
Yeah, Hanawasaku Shura no Gotoku.
Sorry,
I don't know what the
5
English
years
title
ago.
of this is. So this is an anime by the story is by the same person who wrote Hibike Euphonium. So that's where this author is coming from. And someone told me about that, and they'd be like, Maz, if you watch it, it'll be obvious. And it kind of is true. This doesn't look like a Kyoto animation series or whatever, but they do have a lot, like it feels like they are kind of trying, because there's a lot of body language, especially with like some shots of like, I'm gonna say this as if it's going to be like perverted, but like shots of legs or shots of feet, things like that, because that's a thing that was very common in Hibike, very like soft spoken characters and things like that. And what this is about a couple of girls in the broadcasting club of their school, and specifically they have an aspiration. They want to get into narration, or recitation is a specific term they use for. They read short stories or poems. They do dramatic readings of these things. So it's a very, very niche hobbyist type of series, but it delivers it with a very grounded approach, like just very down-to-earth characters who have some pretty believable personalities, some depth to them, and all that. And overall, it's good, actually. I was it hasn't like blown me away because it's a very slow series, and I only watched the first episode, of course. It feels like Rakugo as well, because there are some scenes where like a character will be given their recitation, and they'll have like the visual, the dream visual, because their recitation is so great that other people can like actualize it in their own heads. They can see it and feel it for themselves. So they've got like that stuff going on with it as well visually. So yeah, like I said, it hasn't blown me away. It's slow, and I only saw the first episode, but I see the potential. It seems like it's worth keeping tabs on, and I'm looking forward to watching more of it. That's that show.
I completely missed this, but it sounds worth at least.
Yeah, this is like this is super far down on the chart. So yeah, kind of surprised this hasn't been getting more attention either, especially with the competition of this season.
Really fell under the radar somehow, which is like a feat.
Somehow. Yeah.
Speaking of feet, GoHands.
Speaking of feet, GoHands. Okay, so there's a new GoHands original anime, the first one in 4 years. GoHands is back. And
everybody run for cover.
one of the funniest things that has ever happened where not only is GoHands doing an original anime, which of course they do all this stuff for me, but they got one of my favorite bands to do the OP, and this band has never done an anime OP before. So, like, if there's ever, like, how much more proof do I need to provide that I am a member of GoHands and that they are doing everything that I am telling them to do?
It's a known band called Yoasobi.
little known band called Imagine Dragon.
Oh, the misery.
Oh, the misery. So anyway, Momentary Lily. That is the name of this GoHands anime, and I have not seen it yet. I have not watched a single episode of Momentary Lily. Listen. Okay, listen, folks. It's been 8 years since Handshakers came out.
You fucking
it's been 8 years since the GoHands saga started in my life. I kind of feel like we get it by now. I kind of like you get the point by now. I'm sure I'm going. I will watch Momentary Lily. I'm sure I'm going to love it. It's just not something I did right away. This will just be something I will take care of in my own time, and I would like to maybe do some interesting stuff with it. Maybe, potentially, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just that's just it. I just haven't seen Momentary Lily. But I'm sure I will adore it. And again, it's got an OP by Hanabiye, which is they're a hardcore metal band that is also kawaii metal. So they got like vocalists that'll do like cutesy moe vocals and then harsh screamed metal vocals as well, and it's hilarious and awesome. And knowing that they're doing that with GoHands animation, I've seen the OP for the show at the very least, and it is awesome. It's exactly what I would have done if I was in charge of GoHands and I got Hanabiye to do an OP for me. Because clearly, like, I'm the only person that would probably enjoy that. I really feel that. But that's what's going on now. So that's GoHands. That's the saga of GoHands. I'm glad that they're back to doing original anime. They did a couple of interesting adaptations there for a second. But now they're back to their roots. They're going back to what works and what's best for them, which is making original anime that no one is watching.
yeah. Get your barf bags ready, people.
We all learned our lesson.
Do they still do the motion sickness? Type
I'm
directing, or-
sure. I mean, again, I watched the OP and I watched like some trailers, and I'll just say yes. This show looks like a GoHands show, all right.
Staying true to their nature.
I'm so glad that they just never change, and I hope that they continue to never change. I want them to be making anime forever. Because, as I said, though, I think the last time we talked about, or maybe in the GoHands episode, they are crazy. They are absolutely insane, but there's no one like them. They are the most unique animation studio out there, and that's why they need to continue to do what they do, and that's why I love them so much. So that's it. Panic.
All right, cool. Great.
Okay, I thought you died or something.
I wish.
No,
yeah.
There's some other stuff that's on the seasonal chart that we didn't watch because I don't know. Well, I didn't do my seasonal preview, so I don't even know too much. But I looked at a couple of things and just thought, whatever.
What do I have? I'm still watching Shangri-La Frontier. Season 2 is continuing. Not much to say. That's why I didn't put it on the chart. It's more. It continues being pretty dang good. It's just solid fight and adventure stuff with this weird bird head guy. It just keeps being good. Adding characters, having fun adventures. It's great. Watch it. Did I skip anything else? No. Yep, that's it. I don't have anything else. How about you guys?
Wait, hang on. Occultic 9? The character designer of Occultic 9 was on the GoHands show? I didn't know that. That's fucking hilarious.
Occultic number 9?
Are you serious?
What a combo.
Occultic 9. No, Occultic 9, you don't know what that is, do you?
That's to go with the massive tits.
Yes. That was a science adventure show with the...
Isn't it like a Steins Gate thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
sort
right.
of. But there was a girl with like the biggest titties ever, and it was hilarious. And there was no reason for that either. They just made her like that. Hang on, I need to look that up. Is that really the character? Well, the character designer is Shingo Suzuki, who's always the character designer. Maybe there's another character designer.
Whoa, those tits. I love those tits so much.
No, I don't see it. Oh, maybe that guy was just being a joker. Maybe he was joking and saying that everyone in the GoHands show just has comically huge boobs, which would make the show a lot better to me. I will say. I do remember that from whatever little I saw of Momentary Lily. That the giant tits girl from Handshakers, that does seem to be like a character they remade for this show, and I think that's a wonderful idea. I'm glad they did that.
You can always add more big tit characters.
Exactly. Especially to GoHands anime, because that's where they look funniest.
That's where they look funniest.
Yeah, they look hilarious. It's great. I enjoy this.
If you're gonna have big titties, at least be funny, like 100 GIFs.
Exactly. That's the appeal. That's all I got.
Well,
I think
make like a peel and I don't know.
Let's make like a peel and
slip
discard ourselves and throw ourselves in the trash.
Yeah.
Banana out of here.
And go in the compost.
Slide out of here.
Yeah. That's been us. That's been this season.
Oh, whoops! Posted a gif of the.
Yeah,
look at her go.
Let's end on that.
Hell yeah!
GIF of the girl.
Check the
recording
voice
chat.
chat.
Oh Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! How do I share this?
It's very important.
Can I do this?
It's hugely
I've
important.
added so much.
Some
shit
might
to
say.
this
Massively
scene
important.
already.
Massively important.
There we go. All right, that's it. That's all you get.
There you go, chat. Hope you enjoy this episode of whatever this podcast is. What a great time!
Yeah, go check us out.
This was a
on
lot of
Mujica.
fun. I enjoyed this this greatly. It was great. It's good to be back, folks.
Yeah, it's great. And yeah, good thing you got that second monitor. Now you can be on this every time.
Absolutely.
'Cause-
Yeah. I actually think I might be back to doing this for real.
Nice.
Is the second monitor that big of a...
Apparently,
That's
Literally, yes.
It's life changing.
The life upgrade.
I like literally I couldn't be watching anime a lot of the time because everything I have a single track mind. I'd like be watching it and then it's like, oh no, I gotta check my phone for something, and oh no, something important is happening in the baseball world. I gotta spend my entire day on this, and it just I've just been pulled in all these different directions for the last like 4 years of my life.
Oh, I see like that. I thought you meant like the second screen was instrumental to recording itself.
No, it's not that deep.
Like you couldn't record this without a second screen.
I'm legitimately so happy for you.
Thank you, Panic. I appreciate that.
I can feel that it's actually made like a change in your life. And
yeah, your energy.
Makes me
I
happy.
know. I know, and it's going to make a change in this podcast. I've got some stuff queued up. There's this episode that I recorded with Bex well over a year ago that I'm going to finally do because I actually literally have to do it within the next couple of weeks because it is important to something else we will be doing in a couple of weeks, and it is a timely sort of thing. So there's that. There's also the Freerin episode we recorded a few months ago that I still have to do. So there is some more stuff on the way, folks. I'm not just saying I'm back as in like, hey, I got a second monitor, I can watch more anime. Like I literally have work to do, and I'm going to be doing that.
Nice.
So and also and you know what? I'm going to make a bit of a bold promise, and I know I've promised this before and broken that promise, but I'm really thinking Mozilla Fennekin will have some videos in 2025, February 2025. So
we are so back.
We're going to be more back. We're going to be so back that you're not even going to believe I was ever
gone. Not this guy.
Nope.
All right. Should we get out of here?
Let's get the fuck out of here.
End the stream for the third time.
Let's get out of here so I can read my books.
Hell yeah.
You're completely normal.
Completely normal.
My very normal books that I'm not showing on camera.
Not suitable for camera books.
Right. Yeah. So let's end it there. See you all in 3 months.
Bye.
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 Ended.
Shit, I'm sorry. I was just closing my webcam. I didn't mean to close the entire call.